Jesus.
Look how the sun is shining on me. I look very angelic.
You do. It's coming right in that window. Oh, man.
You know, I feel angelic, man.
Do you?
I feel good.
Yeah.
Couldn't have been all those bourbons we just slammed.
Oh, we were just part of a live tasting, drinking.
It was amazing.
6 different. I got just a touch left of gin.
Very good.
Barrel-aged gin. But
I didn't care for the gin.
Of course you did. It's gin.
Yeah, but yeah, it was good. I like that a lot. Pete, it was my favorite. Next favorite was the American Single Malt and then the Sherry Cask.
We will get our hands on all of those bottles. And
we'll be doing a review.
We'll be announcing something pretty cool. We kind of mentioned and hinted at it in the Creekwater episode, but all these whiskeys we're talking about here, these Boulder spirits, will be coming to Fort McMurray if you live here. I'm excited about that. So it's going to be a good time.
We're drinking Creekwater.
There it is.
We're drinking Famous Grouse 15-year-old.
Haven't had it yet. Looking forward to it.
Can't wait. Can't wait for Ty to taste it. He's going to fucking love it. Anybody who tastes this is going to love it.
Yeah?
Don't even get me started on Famous Grouse.
We'll get started on it eventually.
And then figured we'd give y'all an exclusive, live-only review. We might do one sometime. Who knows?
Maybe.
But this Kirkland 23-year-old, a lot of people's been asking about it. And then a lot of people are saying, we're not going to taste it because it's colored.
Oh, it's also Costco.
Yeah.
Oh,
we don't care about that. I mean, we'd like to know. But that's all. We just like to know. We're not going to not drink it, right?
I mean, the color is pretty intense. It's why we like natural color. That's dark as shit.
Yeah.
It's as dark as Harambe's nipples.
Pretty dark.
Yeah.
So, yeah. We also have stogies. I have this Oliva Series O.
I love a good Oliva.
Me too. I like them as well.
I will be, once I get it out of here, having a Cifuentes Isia Partagas 1845 because I forget my Spanish numbers.
I didn't know about that, but I was like, man, seems like Ty would reach for that.
It's dark as shit, man. Look at this Maduro. This is as black as the night.
I figured you'd enjoy that more than me.
We got whiskey that's as black as Harambe's nipples and a cigar that's as dark as his taint to match. This is going to be magical.
Taint. You can call it gooch here if you wish.
The fleshy fun bridge? The Grundle?
That's right. Toby Grundle.
Toby Grundle. My name is Toby. Nope, I'm doing that. So, let's do this. What are you fine gentlemen drinking today?
I've done a new thing where I light it and then cut it.
It's not new. You've been doing that for a while.
Yeah, but like now it's seemingly every time. And Soupy actually turned me on to it. And I think more than anything, it's ritualistic now. It's just a fun thing that I like to do.
And we're going to have a good day. No, my homie's going to ride today.
And folks, a lot of people like to put just a cut in the cap. But here, we like to go super deep. Yeah,
deep.
Oh hell yeah! Already, I'm into this.
Ooh, that's nice. Well, let me finish off this perfume floral barrel aged gin,
and we're gonna start with this Creekwater, I guess, because it's the worst of the three, and that's not saying that it's bad. Just the worst of the three.
Did you guys happen to watch our video for Creekwater?
Just a little nip.
Let me get this going here.
Yeah. And what are y'all drinking tonight? Anybody who's joining us?
Buzz Monkey's on that Tomatin 12.
Tomatin 12, nice.
Ben's not drinking yet.
I forgot that this was actually pretty tasty. So young. Must be like the youngest tasting whiskey I ever had that's not like spirit overwhelming.
Well, you were saying that it tastes different than the American stuff from a couple years ago.
Absolutely.
So Tam is drinking a warm berry just ripped open and finished La Cormina not too long ago. So when he says he ripped open a can, I'm going to show you guys something here. Bring it up as best I can. He quite literally ripped open a can. He sent that to me and said, beer challenge. And I said, our cans here in Canada, you rip it open with your fingers like this. It's possible. But our cans here in Canada are a bit stronger.
Yeah, you can't do that with a can here, man.
Yeah.
No way.
These are not like cheap, really thin aluminum. Our cans are much stronger.
See, we're talking bourbon. We should talk about this. Bourbon sour, man. We had these.
You have more?
Yeah.
You son of a bitch. Where'd you find them?
Everything.
Give me one.
Adam Jake can get them, man.
Fuck yeah.
I bought like 15. And we camping.
As you should. Stock up, right? Son. Are they not amazing?
They're the best canned mixed cocktail that I have ever had.
I will agree with that.
Yeah, bourbon.
I second that.
Yep.
So, as always, since it's been so much fun, we will once again invite anybody that cares to join us tonight, assuming that you've got a decent phone and a half-lit area. You're more than welcome to pop in. Anytime you want to join, you can click on that link that's in the chat, and we'll leave you in the green room for a few minutes till you're ready and we're ready. So
yeah, and if you haven't done so already, go ahead and hit that like button.
I was really hoping that I got T-shirts made, and I was really hoping they'd be here, but they're not. It'll be a couple more weeks. We'll do them on a live. If anybody wants to buy one and help pay for the massive amounts of money that have gone into this show without a dime yet, all the equipment and all the booze and all the time, and just a nice little T-shirt. But it's going to be interesting. These are not safe.
It's highly offensive.
Yeah, these are not safe for work T-shirts.
It's not safe for hardly anywhere.
Well, that's not true. I mean, you could wear this to your kid's graduation.
It's not safe hardly anywhere.
Yeah, well.
I also have a shirt coming that is absolutely family friendly.
AKA boring.
You'll see.
Oh, man. So, what's it been, 2 weeks? We haven't been on here in 2 weeks?
Yeah, I was camping.
It was my birthday.
Yeah. I had a real good time camping, and my back is completely shot. So that's the thing. That's not burning well for you? Chuck that. Let's get into something else.
I'm definitely not going to chuck it.
What do you mean?
Man, it's an intense flavor. It's a nice, oily Maduro. It's going to take a little bit to get going. Be all right.
Are you sure?
Oh, yeah.
Don't fuck around, man.
I would
You
never.
know me, right? Fucking chuck that in the parking lot.
Never.
Could give a fuck.
Is that true? Not never. I have done it before.
These came in today, and I should have let them fucking, resettle in my humidor.
This didn't come in today.
Yeah.
This did?
Yeah. Yeah, but this one did too.
They're soft.
This one's beautiful, man. Just beautiful.
Going to be done all the whiskey before these guys are on.
Dick's out for Harambe. Thank you, Toronto on site. Appreciate that.
Yeah. I don't know how many of you are familiar with the comedian Brandon Wardell. He's kind of the one that started the whole Dick's out for Harambe thing. But I went ahead and got this excellent T-shirt, Dick's out for Harambe. And my girlfriend Courtney picked up this shirt for me, and she got her own, and it says "Tits out for Harambe."
Nice,
because he's an equal opportunity saint.
Mm-hmm. Everyone thinks you're joking, but Ty actually borderline worships the patron saint of Harambe.
Rest in power. Praise be his name. You're welcome. Hey, Ty. Sean. Oh, it's Sean. Okay, that makes sense. Now I know who that is.
Nipples and taint. Thank you, Nick.
Nipples and taint. Yes, the darkness. That's true. Mm. This is dark. Look, against my shirt, you can't even see it. That's how fucking black it is. Ooh.
Whiskey A. Finally, you start at a reasonable time.
9 o'clock is a reasonable time? I have to work in the morning.
I do not, so I'm getting lit.
I will not be. We'll be here for at least an hour.
Now that I forgot, folks, tell me what's in your glass tonight. Man, this sun is absolutely blinding.
It's pretty directly in your eyes. That's
I like
right.
it, though. It's kind
Do you?
It's okay.
Oh.
It's okay. Hey, you get off of my cloud.
I think it's just Harambe lighting.
It is. Praise
Blessing
be
you
to Thanos.
with warmth and light. Oh, and Kelly's here. Kelly was just in that tasting, randomly popped up. I think he said he's in Quebec and he's staying at a friend's place.
Kelly, I heard you're a welder.
He is. He's an extraordinary welder.
Yeah, I heard Ty worked with you on the pipeline. And I was a welder at one point. I used to actually enjoy welding. Way back in the day. Yeah, it was good times.
Oh, speaking of good times, I shaved my beard off for this job.
Mm.
And then I get there and they're like, oh, yeah, we just put that on all the job postings. You don't have to be clean shaven here.
Rude.
Yeah.
Very
rude. I was
rude.
pretty upset because I had like a good 2-month growth going. Ben Nevis single cask, first fill share. Ooh.
Nice. What's that? Cooper's Choice?
Yeah. Ugh.
That's nice. I like that.
That's nice.
Let's purge this bastard.
We should. I mean, it's probably pretty smoky in here. Super quick.
So I'm going to just basically down this creek water and get into the scotch.
I still enjoy the creek water.
I don't mind it. Truly, I don't. I would reach for this before Jack's or Jim Beam.
It hits hard at 50, though.
Yeah, it does, yeah. Probably why I like it, because it's a little bit more punchy.
Yeah, man, I should have brought my draw tool. I don't know if that would help. These are just they've been there's a high humidity on this for sure.
You want me to grab mine?
No.
Ty, chuck that bastard,
I
man.
will not be doing that. It's still a delightful cigar. It's just a little too moist and a hard pull, but we'll get there.
See, this one came in the same pack, and it's perfect.
Definitely different cigars, though.
Oh, 100%. But it's just like lovely. Now, I've had a couple of these, and I've enjoyed every one equally as lovely. Want me to go grab the drop poker?
No, it's going. We'll just keep fighting the good battle. It's
Famous grouse time.
It's tunneling though. It's tunneling. I can tell that already. That's all right. Famous grouse already. Holy fuck sticks.
A poor healthy dram of that one. Give myself a couple minutes. With it. That's all.
So obviously, a few of you are familiar with our Lord and Savior, Harambe. We raise a glass to him, and we take a shot in his honor because he took a shot for us.
Yep, that's good.
Worshipping him is a way better religion than his noodly appendage, his holiness, the flying spaghetti monster.
You can worship whoever you want, really.
You do as you please. I'm just saying, I get more out of Saint Harambe than anyone else.
We'd actually like to thank everybody for showing up to the Heathen church tonight.
Yeah.
G-Hoff, yes, Harambe, thank you.
G-Hoff is here, I guess. He was also...
Finish the samples.
Yeah.
we hammered through.
Quick.
Yeah.
We're like, let's move on to number 2. We're like, oh, we're done.
G-Hoff, I'm very interested for you to tell me what your 3 favorite were tonight. I told Ty my 3 favorite, and I'm very interested to hear yours.
He loved the gin. It was his absolute favorite. Number 1 for him.
No, that is not true. Nope. Tell me, G-Hoff. Church of Bacon.
I'm listening to the tasting and you. So are we overlapping the 30th anniversary Hogwarts reunion, Harry Potter there, or what?
I had a good time, man, at that tasting.
It was enjoyable.
Yep.
It's nice to see that many people come together to celebrate.
Yeah, and I got to tell you something. I'm a Scotch drinker, man. Ty brings all this nonsense into my life, and some of it I enjoy, but I keep going back to Scotch because that's just what I like most.
Oh,
I enjoyed those tonight. Those American whiskeys, man.
that first one was
They were
heavy
good.
banana.
Oh, I got banana right away, man.
Yeah, that isomyl acetate. It came on full strength, and it reminded me that Dana White, the president of the UFC, has his own whiskey out now called Howler Head Banana Whiskey, which I assume is just completely full of isomyl acetate. So I'm interested to see how that goes. And then also, Jihoff, you missed it. We were just briefly talking about T-shirts, but we'll get more to that announcement. But there's one for you, sir. It's Sean will have it for you next week. I assume large, maybe extra large, but that's up to you. You choose. So, hi.
YouTube time. Tyler's talking about T-shirts.
Oh man, Tackle Central Fishing. Man, it's like we've been spending all day together. He joined me. It's PW, I think it was. No,
Oh, yeah?
it was PW. That's the same guy, isn't it? Yeah. Joined me this morning. I decided to bust out a beer that's been sitting in my fridge waiting for forever, and it called to me today, and I couldn't wait any longer. It is a no longer produced beer from Founders Brewing out of Grand Rapids, Michigan. It was their CBS Canadian Barrel Series.
Delicious.
Holy fuck, 11.6%. I had that with a cigar, paired wonderfully. And it was Imperial Stout with chocolate, coffee, finished in maple syrup bourbon barrels. What a treat. Luckily for me.
Now, you might think, what in the hell is Josh doing drinking something like that? And it's very different for beer.
Oh, it's not beer. I mean, it is
Right?
beer, but it's not beer.
Yeah, well, you know.
That's fucking Breakfast of Champions is what that is.
It's very different, folks. I love a good rum finished beer, for example.
Yeah, but not a rum finished whiskey.
Rum finished whiskey for me are few and far between, man, that I enjoy, right? Whatever. Who died and made me king?
Harambe did.
Praise be. Rest in peace.
So yeah, I did that this morning. So to have people join me damn near fucking 11 hours later, once again, it's just been a day of drinking and smoking. I mean,
You know what we call that? Heathen style.
hell yeah.
Cheers. Cheers to y'all.
I'm empty.
You lovely bastards.
I'm going to need some of that FAMAS Gruce.
Oh, we got someone in the green room here, too.
We do. Yeah. Well, Buzzed Monkey is patiently waiting. We'll bring him on in a minute here.
I can't wait for Ty to drink this. I just can't wait. This is even what I'm going to do. This is going to seem a little bit crazy to everybody. I just want to wash
You
it
going
out.
to Richard Patterson that
Yeah, I
shit?
just want to wash it out just a little bit.
What?
Just to get rid of everything, man. Because this is something special.
Are you now the nose whiskey?
Hashtag knows your whiskey.
Oh, what is that?
Oh, buddy.
Fucking flooded basement.
Yeah, right? So musty and damp. Oh, this is what I love in a whiskey, man. This is what I search for. That's why I love Famous Grouse so much.
Oh man, it is. It's something.
Fucking musty old basements.
Mold on concrete. Cracked foundation.
I'll talk about my Famous Grouse favorite, which is the 15-year-old. This is also a 15-year-old. Lower ABV, just barely notches below the other 15, man. I love this so much.
Don't tell me the ABV.
Okay.
It tastes like it's 35, man. The fuck?
Yeah.
What is it?
40. Yeah, standard 40.
This drink's so light.
Easy to drink. Now, I wouldn't say it drinks light at all.
Oh.
I would say it's quite musty and damp and rich.
Maybe that's because I'm coming off
It's easy to drink. It's easy to swallow, and it's full flavored. So when I think light, I think it's just like, you know.
It's because I'm coming off of a 50 strength young whiskey. This is very different. I like this.
I fucking love it.
Well,
Can't get
shall we
enough.
bring our first guest on?
I think we should bring on Jeffrey Supino, representing Buzzed Monkey Productions.
Well, is he ready to go? Give us a thumbs up if he's good to go.
He's ready. He's always ready.
Bam! Emerald Lagasse.
Me and Soupy had a
What's
meeting,
up, lads?
and we smoked a cigar, short Churchill.
Was Mombachos?
No,
No?
No, Romeo and Juliet.
and it was
Romeo and Juliet.
friggin' fantastic.
Yeah, it was really good. How are
It
you
was
guys?
Really, really good.
What
We're good,
light
man.
breaks upon yonder window.
Well done.
I completely forget the rest of that Shakespeare line.
Breaks.
Yeah. Breaks.
yeah.
What light breaks from yonder window?
No, what
What?
light from yonder window breaks?
There it is. There's like 3 more lines after that.
Yeah.
Whatever.
Jeez.
You didn't come here for Shakespeare?
We few, we happy few, we band of brothers.
Another one.
Soupy, what are you smoking tonight?
Well, I started with a Mombacho Tierra Volcana. That was earlier, and now I'm on to the Bolivar.
I smoked a lot of those in Cuba, man.
Mhm.
The rep used to come to our resort all the time. And the rep would come like in the suit, and with the rep would come the person with the cart, fucking suited up, man. And they would open and have like an entire range every night. And it was cheap as all hell, man.
Probably not here.
But then you could go buy them for half price again on the beach, but they were shit.
Because they were fake.
Yeah, but the ones that they were bringing were legit, man. Is the rep, I mean, you know? And oh my God, I smoked every one that I could, man. Tried all the ranges, man, that they had
someone
available.
said smoke them if you got them, and you took it very literal.
Mm-hmm. Well, it's like $4 a stick, $8 a stick US, right? And when I'm used to paying 30.
30 Canadian?
Yeah. There was Trinidad's. What's the long ones? What are they called?
Gross.
Lancetera.
The Longsdale? You're talking about the thin ones, right?
Well, about this thin, yeah, and like this long.
Yeah. No, that's the Longsdale.
Oh, okay.
I don't know. Whatever it was.
Lancera is the very long, narrow one. It's almost like
they had them too, and they were like this.
They had the old, like the gunslingers used to smoke in the old saloon days.
Oh, not that thin. This one was.
So
but the ones that I had, the Trinidad, there was a cigar bar attached to our resort, and this bar was high class, man. Like, you know what I'm saying? They had a personal person come over to you.
What kind of whiskey did they have?
They had all kinds of good whiskey in Cuba, man.
Really?
Yeah, old school gangsters populated that place. Man, all the amazing blended whiskey. Chivas 25 right on the resort, man. Like, yeah. So anyway, I'll go in there and get these Trinidads because that's where I fell in love with Trinidad because that's the first one I smoked in Cuba, right?
Yeah.
And the big long ass one, $9 American.
Mm-hmm.
So I was like, cool, right on. And then they had the big fatso short ones, and they're like $11 American. So I was smoking, went to buy a box at the duty free, and it was like $600. And now that was a decent price because when I actually got here in Canada, they were like, we can't get that. That would cost you like $1,200, man. Like, you know.
Oh man,
you know, go there.
A $40 stick in Cuba, $7. $60 cohibas, $15. Like, yeah, man.
Yeah, it's nuts. That's why
if you went to the right place, if you went to the touristy places, no, they were very expensive.
When you go on like destination weddings and shit, you got to find the people that don't smoke cigars, and you buy a box for each of them and get them to bring them back for you. That's honestly the best way to stock humidors.
Yeah.
Well, in Cuba, you're gonna
Thank you,
get
Dave. We appreciate that.
Yeah, we agree.
You're gonna get a whole whack of cigars in Cuba, right? You're gonna get the beach cigars. You're gonna get the.
Now I did that. I smoked a couple beach cigars just because I was like, you know what, man? Sure, here's $10. Give me a box of yours.
Yeah. Well, that's what it is.
You take them out, and they were gross looking, man.
You got to cut them open because then you'll see that it's all short filler with rocks, pubes, drywall, and dead bugs.
We cut a couple open, man, and it's just like ridiculous, nasty, dried out clippings, right?
Yeah.
But that's
No,
all.
sometimes,
Whatever. I knew what I was getting
sometimes
into,
you can
right?
get no, but sometimes you can get if you got a good contact down there, you're gonna get half decent fake cigars. They're rolled in Cuba by Cubans with Cuban leaves. They're
I would
gonna
agree with
take.
that too. We had
They're
some.
gonna
My
yeah
my driver took us to a place where that's what they did, and
yeah
he's like, "Man, this is not Cohiba," but he's like, "They made the labels, and it's basically the same tobacco, right?" And I smoked a
yeah
couple of them, and they were pretty good, right?
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean,
But he
it's
took
still
me to a
Cuban leaf.
specific spot, right? But the stuff off the beach was shit. But yeah, I
No, it's
agree. I
Cuban
agree,
leaf. It's
Soupy. You
Cuban
can
leaf.
get a couple that
Yeah.
are pretty decent, right?
You need to know where to go, and often what you're going to find in Cuba when they call it seconds or thirds or is basically the leftovers that get scrapped out. They don't meet the quality of the factory, and they get tossed, and then people steal them from behind the factories. They bring them home, and then they roll them in their basement, and so you're going to get a lot of short fills and half cuts and holes in the tobacco. So that's where you're going to get a lot of the uneven smoke, where there's a big hole in the leaf, and they couldn't use it for the Monte Cristo or the Cohiba
Yeah.
or whatever, so they
So
tossed it.
my driver took. I said, "Man, you smoke cigars?" And he's like, "Yes, I do." So I said, "Can you take me to the place you buy your cigars?" Right. So he's like, "Man, I buy them from my buddy." And what his buddy did, his mother works at the Cohiba factory, and she is like, I don't know, one of the high up supervisor rollers, I guess,
Yeah,
or whatever they do. So she's allowed to bring home X number of cigars a day.
No, everyone in
yeah,
the factory is allowed to bring home.
Yeah,
It's
but
usually
everyone in the factory can bring home the
usually one a
seconds and
day.
stuff, right?
yeah.
She's
It's one or
allowed to
two a
take
day.
home a cigar
Yeah,
that would meet the bill of being a Cohiba, but she's not allowed to take a label.
I gotta
So
look
it has
up
to
the
be
name.
a naked cigar, and they make their own labels.
sure.
Yeah, but those were a little bit more expensive. Then you had the seconds that the workers would take home, and then they had the box of like all different brands in the plexiglass. Fucking yeah, some of them were
Yeah,
just really, really bad, and some of them were like, "Wow, man, I would never be able to tell."
There's
and
a
yeah,
type of cigar called I'm gonna fuck up the name, but Culbras, Culebras, something like that. Something
Cubas. Okay.
Matt, we were
Culebras.
just
So
talking about you,
that's
by the way.
three small thin cigars
Mm-hmm.
intertwined and twisted together.
Oh, that's a horrible thing. Don't smoke that.
No, no,
That's
no. The
terrible.
reason they do it, though, the reason they do it is because, like I said, the factory workers are allowed to take home one cigar a day. So they would roll those three and then just roll one leaf over top of it to make it look like one. Get home, cut that one leaf, and then they have three separate cigars. You can still buy them here, but it's pure gimmick.
Yeah,
Pure gimmick.
Yeah.
but I'm into that.
Yeah.
That's fun. That's
You
fun.
know,
I smoked
there's
an
people.
egg this weekend that it's Drew Estate egg Maduro.
Yeah.
Took me about 2 hours to smoke it.
So it can take me about 4.
Yeah, it was fun. It was fun. I have a couple more, but like once I smoke through them, I'm done.
I'm
I'll
saving one
save them for a
for
weird thing.
I'm
right?
saving one for alive, but when I don't have to work the next day and we get
Yeah.
started
So
early.
I have one for live. I have one other, and I smoked one while I was camping as well. Yeah, Matt, we were just talking about you
Yes, fine things fermented.
and your
like,
beer.
Big fan. I'm just going to jump back because there was a question earlier and we breezed over it from Whiskey A. He asked if you guys have tried any of the 2020 or 2021 batches of Glen Allachie. I have not.
No, I had some earlier stuff from them, but I haven't had any of their newer stuff at all. I don't recall ever having any of their newer stuff.
There you go. There's your answer.
Nope. I've had the older like 10s, and there was a cask strength one that was 10 or 12, I think I had. And there was a 15 as well. And then there was another 10 or 12 that I had. I don't know. I can't remember, man. It's all
Thoughts
mashed
but
up.
nothing of the new shit.
Yeah, but it was someone poured for me, right?
So we'll just quickly move on to what we were just talking about there real quick. Fine things fermented. If any of you saw on Instagram, I went live this morning. I was just a little sad today because it's a momentous occasion, and I felt like having a drink and a cigar in the rain. There's just something, and I discussed this with Matt later on in the day. There's something about smoking a cigar while it's raining, It's about the dampness, the
Love it.
solitude,
Love
the pitter patter of the rain on the plastic roof of the
Yep.
gazebo. Like they're just lovely. And I thought, you know what, I kind of want to hang out with some friends.
Dude, we got to go to my cottage, man.
Oh, we will.
Oh my God.
So
Thunderstorm, lightning, smoking that stogie.
everything you want.
So peaceful. Man.
So
That's the best.
Fine Things Fermented here. He gifted me a while ago this bottle of Founders Brewing from Grand Rapids, Michigan. And it's been sitting in my fridge because I wanted to keep it cold. I didn't think it was the type of beer I should just leave out and then put it in the fridge when I want it. So it's been sitting in there for probably a year. It's been sitting in there a while. I got a lot of beers, right? So it's been sitting there for a while. It's been calling out to me. Whenever I open the fridge, I see it. And I'm like, not today. So he gently asked me a while back, please don't drink this in the shower. And I said, why? He said, well, just because I couldn't give it justice. I try to do those shower beers and I try to keep them in like 3 minutes. There's no way I could do it justice. Right. So I said, this is the perfect time. This is the moment. And man, it's undescribable. It is.
It's very delicious.
Oh, it's fantastic. And then I've come to find out later on today, they don't make it anymore. It's gone.
There's another version as well.
There's
a Mountie or something on the horse.
Yeah, that's extremely rare.
Yeah.
Apparently. So it's gone.
Matt, have you tried that one? You bastard.
He has
Sensei. Right?
So he was telling me
The legendary beer
he
Sensei.
just finished off a keg. He had a keg from them. And he just finished it off.
Did you have that when I was over? Because you had something delicious when I was there on tap.
But we're gonna do some fun shit with Matt. I'm gonna go
Man,
over
give me
there one
that.
day
Let me
and-
put it back in the fridge.
No, I'm gonna drink it right now. I'm about
Yeah,
to
well, let
open
me
it.
get you a colder one.
This is cold. I'm
Are
fine.
you sure?
Yes.
Ty,
So-
I'm going to the fridge anyway.
Speaking of Founders, no, it's still cold. Speaking of Founders, this is not the same Founders. This is Founders Original, not brewing. This is out of Toronto. And we talked about this on the last live 2 weeks ago. This is the Seville Orange Bourbon Sour, which, in my opinion, and I think Josh agrees with me, the best pre-made canned cocktail we've ever had.
You guys had that. What is it? A couple weeks ago, Ty. You brought that in, and we were talking about mixed cocktail, and yeah.
Like JP Weiser's has a bottle of old fashioned, and they have a bottle of Manhattan pre-mix.
Yeah,
The old
I have
fashioned's
that.
okay; it's not bad.
I'll pass.
And then one of our favorite distilleries in the entire world, and I mean like one of the top number one distilleries in the entire world, Swear Jar. They make they make a canned old fashioned as well. And if we're comparing things, that's the one, my man. That's
There
the
it is.
one.
Little
I've had
samples from,
Don't care for it so much.
I didn't mind it at all.
and I got a little sample of the Beefeater Blood Orange gin.
Okay, that I would try. I like gin.
Okay.
See, I do. I just don't
Yeah.
like it if it's too flavored. I just like botanicals and pine.
No, but I gotta tell you, for somebody, I'm a big old fashioned. I like making old fashioned from scratch, and I often hesitate from going anything pre-mixed. And I was a reluctant, but these are great. You get the little bottle. These are little sample bottles, but they're just perfect. You put a bit of ice, you pour it, they're ready to go.
You can even
You
take
don't
a
have to-
slice of orange if you really want to.
Yeah, but you don't have to add anything because they've done everything. Now, sure, if you've got the time and the patience to make a cocktail, and if you've got a party going, these are great because you just throw a whole bunch of these out and people just pour them and they're good 1.5 ounce or 2 ounce, whatever, and it's ready to go. So, I love them. I would drink these all night.
I
long.
agree. I have a bottle. I keep a bottle.
Yeah.
One of those
Yeah,
ones that I
no.
like stock for exactly that reason because I
If
get
someone
lazy.
pours one for me on ice, gladly drink it, but it's not something I would go buy.
I will. Well, maybe we should do a review on it. Hot summer day
Sure.
out on the patio
Yeah,
or in the
let's
Zen
do.
garden. We'll just do a quick cocktail.
In the
review.
Zen garden, I would like that.
All right. we'll do-
I think, you know what? I think you should make a by scratch one and then pour one and then do a blind tasting and see the difference for
Well,
Josh.
it'll be a big
Yeah,
difference.
that's a good idea too. Yeah.
I'd like to see which one, just
Yeah.
take a,
Well, I mean,
Yeah.
do you want
Yeah.
us to make it with JP Weiser's?
I like
yeah,
extra
absolutely.
bitters in my cocktails. of such.
I will have
Food
one.
Quid recently did the swear jar cocktail in a can video. I'm gonna have to watch that.
Food Quig was on with Dan and I that night that we got inebriated. And
That night that you got inebriated.
took
Not
off our
all those other
clothes.
nights.
Well, it's recorded. We're shirtless. Idiots.
See, I will have one just because I had it in front of me.
You had this yet?
Yes.
What do you think of that?
I liked it a lot.
Cute can, too.
Yeah, very cute. Blind Man Brewing. Yeah, I bought a little sixer of this.
Yep. I think
I was
still
going to give
have-
you one, but you
No, I
have
think
it.
I still have two.
Okay, perfect.
I did that in the shower as well. I like drinking in the shower, in case you didn't know.
No kidding. No kidding. Your plumber must be scratching his head every time he goes for a maintenance in your drains and like, what the fuck is going on in your drains?
Clean my own drains, man. I ain't hiring someone else for that. We got this weird pull snaky thing, and we got a mushroom that goes in there. I'm a hairy motherfucker, just like this guy right here. So there's always hair in the bathtub drain. I gotta clean that shit out regularly. Sometimes I forget, and the wife gets mad. I don't blame her. But yeah. You moving on already?
I'm moving on, man.
I'm still enjoying this famous grouse.
I've enjoyed this famous gross immensely, as we can see here. This is top 3 famous gross for me so far.
Really?
Yeah, I have the legendary 1990,
Okay.
and I have the 92.
I gotta say, I like that Taiwan exclusive Prestige.
That's also top 3.
It's pretty
And the
fucking
15
good.
is the other top 3, yeah.
You gave me a famous grouse.
That Prestige is very good.
So good. So good.
Yeah, I'm going ahead. I'm going to pour some Kirkland 23-year-old. This is the sherry cask. And recently I heard from a good friend that they have a 20-year-old dark sherry that they just
I saw that. Someone said that just became available.
yes.
You sent me a one of the samples you sent me was a grouse 18, I think, if I'm not mistaken.
No,
The one we
16,
no
probably.
16. That was
Oh,
delicious.
Vic Lee.
Yeah, that was delicious.
Yeah. So that's grain in there as well. That's a quite a lovely and luscious whiskey, man.
But
It's
the
some
one that
artist, right?
The
And like
one
I
that
was looking at
really
this
like-
one. This one's like extremely rare now, apparently.
Yeah.
And I didn't overpay for this at all. And if I see
No.
another, I'm going to grab it immediately. Very good.
Oh,
Immediately.
I will win the auction because
I-
if it's something I like, I'll cancel all my other bids, right? Not all my bids, sorry. Cancel all my other watches,
Yeah.
and I'll just win it because I'll sacrifice the other ones.
Is that good
Yeah.
for you?
It's freaking good.
It is pretty good.
I want to take that.
Matt, wait. Oh my God. Matt says, you're a famous gross virgin.
We're going to change that.
Dude, I have a plethora of famous gross here. The only thing I have more here open is Lecheg. Next is famous gross, man. I have so many. Dude, let me take you on a flight, man.
Come along and ride on my fantastic
Lecheg.
voyage.
Ironically, Lecheg is the one whiskey that I learned specifically on this show because of your amount of Lecheg talk back
Yes, I
a year
enjoy
ago.
Lecheg. I do.
Yeah,
Still love it.
and you had sent me a Lecheg 1990s 42.
That's quite good. And
Yeah.
did I send you the 10-year-old wine cask after? Can't remember.
I believe you did. Yes, the
Oh.
Bordeaux. We had it last night,
Yes, we did. That's so
and
delicious.
it was wonderful. And it
Yeah.
was wonderful. But I gotta say, the Van Lich Auchintosh was by far.
I knew you'd
my
like that,
favorite.
man. I knew it.
Damn, that was good.
Auchintosh and Valanche from 2012.
Ooh.
Oh, that was delicious.
Man, I'll send
That-
you the heel if I can't get you another one. There's a new auction
Uh,
starting on Monday, so
I want a bottle of that because
I can
that
get
was
you a
wonderful.
bottle. I can track a bottle down.
Yeah.
I got a bottle of Barry Bros and Rudd Auchintosh, and I gave it away to a friend of mine as a gift.
13 or 14-year-old.
I don't remember.
I remember. I
Do you
remember
remember?
buying it. Yep.
You know,
So the
I
Berry
also bought
Bros.
one, and it's long fucking gone.
of course it is.
How are the
You
Berry
would
Bros
love
in
it,
general? Because I've seen the Berry Bros at Prestige quite a bit. They've got a line of them, Boonahavens, and I can't now think of which other Berry Bros they have on their website. But I got to tell you, I've been curious about the Berry Bros. Worth it. I'm worth
Every
the
Berry Bros, man.
yeah.
One of my
Okay.
top 5 favorite blends comes from Berry Bros. The
That
Blue
shit.
Hanger,
Oh.
number 6.
Oh.
And Berry Bros Bunnahabhain 26-year-old from 1987 cask strength single cask is one of the best whiskeys I've ever tasted in my entire life.
Yeah. Okay.
Yep.
I'm gonna have to jump into the Berry Bros and get a
You
bottle
should
of that.
absolutely 100% explore Berry Bros if you get an opportunity.
Would we
because-
consider them? They're an independent bottler, so we would
Yes.
consider them one of the top independent bottlers with
Well,
their
it's basically
royal warrants.
how the Queen makes money, man. The Queen owned that distillery for years.
No, it doesn't own it. As far as I
Well,
understand,
She drinks it.
royal warrant to supply all alcohol.
No, the Queen ended up taking it over and was like, that was her money-making source.
Yeah.
Okay, I did not know that.
Yeah.
All right.
That's what I heard.
It was my understanding. that-
Yeah, I could be wrong. So
I thought they just had land and sold children to pedophiles. I don't know what else
No.
they do. I
What
didn't realize-
wow. Harambe, did you hear that? Like,
Oh, he
came
did.
out of fucking nowhere.
He was going to come out and talk about it, and that's why they killed him.
Harambe came out and he was like,
Royal
Now look at
pedophiles.
wait, how many times can you say that word until our video gets flagged?
I don't know.
Oh,
All I know is
you-
that Epstein
Oh,
didn't kill himself.
Josh, your video's been flagged. Probably.
Yes.
several
And now hold up.
Over.
Fine Things Fermented says the Berry Bros Bunna was so good. You know the one I was talking about. It was $130 to $150 bottle, dude. Yeah, man.
Up here.
In Wine and Beyond.
Oh,
and
'cause he's saying there was some up here.
I wouldn't disbelieve that at all because Wine and Beyond had like 100, man. I used to go
Okay.
buy a bottle every time I was in Edmonton, which was every 6 to 8 months. I'd buy a bottle. And by the time I would get back to Edmonton, that bottle will be gone. I'd grab another bottle. I killed many of them, man. Yep. And I have
Not hard to do.
I have 1 fucking ounce left that I said when Ty is ready, we'll share it, man. Because it's one of the best whiskeys, most enjoyable whiskeys.
Well,
I've
not
ever
today
had.
because I've had so many.
Not today, not at all.
Today ain't the day.
We're not close to that day yet.
No.
So they have
We're gonna need
so,
at least 36 more days, man.
so Sierra has a Barry's Bro Rudd Space Side Sherry Cask exclusive.
That's
Anything,
the core range.
Hold up though. What's the ABV? With Berry Bros, try to get the higher ABV stuff. Try to get the
Okay.
cask strength stuff.
Okay. This is a ABV. I think it says
Dave
I think it
says, I
says
love how we're
50.
so comfortable with a $150 bottle. You know, Dave, there was a time, man, when that was outrageous to me because I was drinking Lacheg for $50 and Glendronach 12 from 2013 for $53, you know?
Can you see that?
Yeah, I can see that.
Yeah, that's from their core range. So they do a different region, right? They've got the space
Yeah.
side. They do them all.
Yeah. That's a 59.9 ABV.
Okay, man, that's the kind of shit you're looking for. But back to
Yep.
Dave's here now. $150
Okay.
bottle. Dave, that's why when you said you're trying real hard to bring in a bottle that's below 75, one that's tasty. Yeah, it gets hard. That's why when we find something like Naked Grouse that's not overly complex, but it's $50, $60, $40, we rant and we rave about it. Because you don't get that. When you get a Famous Grouse Smoky Black for $35, that's not overly complex but delicious. Famous Grouse Portwood. Don't get me talking about Famous Grouse here, okay? But
I think
like,
we're already doing
yeah, we got the Bona 12s and the Lategs, and it's hard, man, to go and find a crazy ass bottle these days, right?
Yeah.
I just bought a 12-year-old blended whiskey from Costco, 1.75 liters for $75, man. So I mean, they're still out there, but I just don't know how it is. Right?
Yeah, no, the independent bottlers are gonna get a gems because I remember when I went to Florida, I was seeing before I knew anything about independent bottlers,
gotta go grab
I
a
was
bottle.
seeing 23, 22, 21-year-old Bunnahabhains for half the price, for $120 for a 26-year-old Bunnahabhain.
That's a crazy price, and it's worth grabbing every time.
Yeah, but I didn't know. I didn't know what an independent. I would see a Gordon McFay, Bunnahaven, and you talk to the guys at wine at the Liquor Depot or ABC or Wine Total Wines, and they'll give you the story of saying, well, you got to be careful of independent bottlers because it's not the original. They buy a lot of cask and then they blend it their own way, so you're not getting the Bunnahaven original, and so you get misled. You get a bit misled by a lot of these guys who don't know a lot about whiskey, and they lead you to believe that you're getting a lesser quality whiskey with the independent bottlers, right?
See, how
Getting
would you
like,
know if no one told you? Like when I was young in my journey of whiskey as well, that's the thing. You don't know a whole lot. So you see these bottles of names you can't pronounce or bottles you've never seen before. It's got a bit of dust on it. You go, I know what the fuck that is. So you reach for something familiar, right? You don't take the chance of spending 80,
100,
100, 150, $200 on a bottle that you have no idea what it is. So you skip right by it. And then when you get a little further in your journey and you discover more and you learn more, like I'm at that point now where like I notice these things, but I didn't years ago.
oh my God, I mean, I would walk into the liquor store and you would immediately go to an age statement. You wouldn't even look at a whiskey that was blended or non-age statement because you just assume that non-age statement meant, well, it's a blend. It's
we're told that, right?
We
We
the
like to
brain.
see an age statement. I don't care if it's 3 years old. I don't care if it's 10 years old. I don't care if it's 50 years old. I like to see and just know. I just like to know because if it tastes off, maybe the cask was off. Like I don't know. It's just fun things we need to know. But Soupy, I want to go back to what you were talking about independent bottlers.
Yeah, absolutely.
Independent bottlers, you said it, you got some gems. So I got to bring up a fucking real gem, man. And it's no secret at all that I love Carnmore.
What?
And,
You do?
Probably the most indie bottles that I have in my house is Carnmore. And when they went from 46% to 47.5%, we fucking rejoiced. We partied, man. We made sacrifices. Like, I mean, to the gods, of course. So I was drinking this Carnmore Glenburgie. I don't know if y'all know, but I love Glenburgie. So
what?
Yeah. So this one we were drinking in a tasting, and it's a bourbon cask. And I fell in love with this whiskey, and it set the bar for me for bourbon cask Glenburgies. So then I was like, okay, let's try Cadenheads, man. Cadenhead is a super trusted and reliable old brand. This is a 13-year-old, which as the one I love so much was 8 years old. This one is cask strength bourbon hogshead. And I got to tell you something, man. I am thoroughly unimpressed.
With that?
Borderline disappointed.
Oh.
And it's not their fault. It's Carnmore's fault.
Because theirs is so much better?
Yep. Because they picked such what I consider to be an immaculate cask. This is a perfect bourbon Glenburgie.
Yeah.
You don't get better than this one. I haven't found it. And I tell you something. I've drank a couple Glenburgies, man.
One or two.
Glenburgie, sorry. Man, I got to tell you. This is friggin' amazing, man. This is amazing. I had to grab a bottle when I was in Edmonton. This is the only bottle I bought in Edmonton that wasn't at Costco. Because I was like, it's the last one on the shelf, man. I got to grab it immediately.
God, stupid.
Yeah. And just to show you that I will 100% consume it. Like, I don't keep boxes and shit like that.
No.
That's stupid. I don't have time for that.
What if you want to sell that on eBay later down the line?
There's a 0% chance my mustache would allow such a treacherous thing. Because this is fucking perfect bourbon Glenburgie. Folks, man, I'll crack it one day. We'll share it. Like, this is unbelievable.
You brought up that point of keeping boxes and cylinders and all that. And I know a lot of people, they have shelves full of boxes and they put their bottle in there. And to me, that's one extra step that I have to deal with, pulling out the bottle out of the box. And that's like annoying that they keep all these boxes because that just takes up more room for no reason. So I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know what the deal is.
For me, there's 125 open bottles here, 110, 115 open bottles all the time. I don't have the patience to guess how much I have left in each bottle.
I need to see it.
Yeah, so I
That's why
like to
all
know.
this cabinet is clear glass, not locked away
Yep.
in the darkness.
Nothing's locked away, man. Everything's open.
Oh.
My bunker's locked away, but it's open. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Reach into the bunker to open things to drink. But man, I like to know exactly how much whiskey I have left in each bottle, because that will determine the pour, and that will determine which I open or pour for friends. If there's something that's super low and someone comes in and they're like, oh shit, I've been looking for this everywhere, man, I'll be like, yes, I got a dram left. We can share together, right? But I don't know, man. I don't like it being hidden away. I got nothing against people who do that. But any open bottle, whiskey,
that's what
whiskey
is
A.
saying. That's exactly it. If it's in a box, it means we haven't opened it.
Yeah. I use it to tell if it's open or not. If it's in a box, it's not open. 100%, me too. Anything that gets open, I recycle the box immediately. I threw that box away because I don't have this open now. It's one of my favorite Dunburgees.
You're going to.
Yeah, there's a 100% chance I'm going to kill this summer.
Yeah.
Oh, see that's a foreign concept of me, that there's a bottle of whiskey that's not unopened in my house. I don't think that would last more than 5 minutes. Like if I buy a bottle or get a bottle, I'm too excited. I can't not open it and try it. It's a foreign concept. People who just have these bottles that they've not opened for years or months or days. As soon as I get a bottle that I'm excited about, I want to try it. I don't want to let it sit there.
Man, it's hard. It's hard to save things, but at the same time, some things got to wait their turn, right?
Well, I think that's kind of the difference too between like people that aren't involved in the shit we're doing and us. Is I have a whole section, like a separate cabinet that is all unopened stuff, and it's there because it's going to be a future episode. That's what it's there for. And it's like the right time. Like I've got one bottle.
I got to touch on that after too.
I got one bottle. It's this very special Canadian Club.
Okay, yeah. Oh, I actually found it.
Yes,
and regret not buying it.
Yeah, fuck yourself. So I'm waiting. I have envisioned in my head how I'm going to film it, where we're going to do it, type thing.
Okay.
It's going to be very lovely. But that's
tell me about this Canadian Club, because I'm very curious about this Canadian Club. Because
before we go off on that tangent.
Okay.
Ty says he has a separate cabinet for things.
I have 4 different cabinets.
Yeah, I have my 2 bunker cabinets, and then I have my cabinet downstairs of like rare and appreciated value things. So things that weren't expensive, but now is outrageous. And then I have the Heathen's cabinet in the headquarters that you folks see in the videos. Everything mostly.
That's such
is
rotating
open.
too.
Yeah, but that's the thing. Ty gets mad because I'll crack a bottle and kill it in 4 days, and Ty's like, "Oh man, we should have did an episode on that." I was like, "Yeah, you're right," but it's gone. That's something I got to work on, man.
Yeah, it is, because you bring in some fantastic shit that we won't get again. So that's the thing. So I tried to discuss with some of the fans and friends here. I mean, do you want to see?
Absolutely.
Do you want to see videos on shit that you can't get, that is just impossible to get now and it's gone, or do you want to see videos of stuff that's currently available when we put the video out that you could get in your collection, you could try yourself without us sending you a sample or anything like that?
We want you folks to tell us too. Like, reach out and tell us, man.
Very few people have told us what they actually want to see.
Tell us what you want us to see us review, and we'll review it if we can get it. Right?
That's a good question.
And it's no good to just say it. You got to type it somewhere.
Yeah, you got to message it to us. We're not going to remember shit.
It's probably best if you message Ty.
We drink a lot.
Ty remembers and writes shit down, and I don't. I just rely on hopefully stumbling on the message again. It has been not a good trip.
Well, I'm going to say one thing watching you guys. If you drink something that's absolutely unavailable, as much as it's fun to watch your reactions once in a while, I think it would be cool to be able to go get that bottle. Now, whether whether it's out of your price range, that's a different story. But at least it's available. But once in a while, it's nice to see you guys come in and just be awed by something, like have a gem that's totally unavailable, and
So you like
be
the
and
mixture of both, then, eh?
you need to do mixture of both. Now, if you're doing always bottles that is like unavailable, well then people are not going to be able to.
Yeah, you're not relatable. I get that.
You're not going to be able to like, you're not going to get people like to say I tried that, or I'm going
If
to
we're
go
not
buy that tomorrow.
relatable, then this whole point of the community
Kind of
that we're trying to
fades
build,
away.
it's completely pointless, right?
But the
So-
point is to try every whiskey of the world. I mean, by the end of your days,
Yeah,
you
we
should
do
try every
to
single
get anything
every.
we can, but we want to
Yeah.
know, like, what do you guys want us to see?
Like here's an example.
Or,
one
to
of my
review, rather.
one of my favorite whiskeys is from Italy, the Puni Alba. I love it.
Mm.
We haven't done a
Yeah.
review on it. I have
Mm.
a few.
Oh yeah,
bottles.
you do have a couple. We
We've
found
never
all
done it.
those. Yeah, man. Yeah.
So I mean, like, I want to do it, but at the same time, I don't want to tell people that like this is one of my absolute top 10 whiskeys of all time, and good luck finding it.
But see,
Yeah.
people want to know that anyway. What is Ty's favorite? And Ty busts out a Puni. That's Ty's favorite. Now everybody knows, right? Everybody who is a friend of mine know that I like Lechek. Anyone who's come
Mhm.
around my house that's here has heard the word Lechek. And that's my daily drinker. Famous Grouse is my daily drinker. Ty's daily drinker is complete random,
Oh yeah,
as is mine. But your favorite that you bought multiple bottles is Puni. Yeah.
it's one I. What do you got going?
Go
on
ahead and
there?
kick Soupy out, please.
Well, I'm
Hey,
just drinking
Steve,
that
buddy,
one.
good to see you, man. Good to see you. I'm gonna pour some Glenburgie.
I'm still enjoying this Famous Grouse. I haven't even gotten onto your Kirkland yet.
I poured a 2 ounce of the Kirkland, and that's gone already.
I have to work tomorrow, so
I was predicting when I was camping. I was predicting which corks would break, and I was right every time, man. The Famous Grouse cork broke.
that's a
That's
replacement.
a replacement cork. And I opened. Oh shit! What was that? I opened a bottle of something else,
Oh shit sticks!
and the fucking cork broke. What was it?
I don't know. It's probably whiskey.
I opened a bottle of Glen Marston, bottled in the 70s.
Ooh.
It was bad.
Yeah.
Yeah. I was like, ooh, like super dusty bottle. And I was like, oh, that's why no one wanted it. Because it's not very good at all. I think
they didn't know what the fuck it was.
it was compromised. The seal had been compromised.
Oh yeah.
Not in a sense that it was evaporated, because it was only down a touch.
Yeah.
But it tasted metallic from the stopper. And when I opened it, there was a black ring around the stopper. So I was like, I see.
Mold.
It was not good.
That looks like water.
This is water.
Oh, it is water. Okay.
This is Glenburgie water.
Jesus.
That's
That's so clear.
I think the oldest bottle that I ever opened was not a great bottle by any means, but it was probably a bottle of Johnny Walker Black from the 1970s or 80s. That
Good juice, man.
I inherited.
People tell us not
the
to call
bottle.
it juice. That came up again recently.
Juice.
Yeah, it is juice. Fuck off.
Well, you're not supposed to call it that when they're killing Palestinians.
Juice.
Wow.
Oh, maybe I misinterpreted what you were talking about.
Oh, you did, man.
Oh, I'm sorry.
You are such a dark angel.
Canadian Outdoor Survival said he'd like to see an episode pairing liqueurs with rare, expensive chocolate. Rare, expensive chocolate is a rare and expensive thing around here. I wouldn't even know where the fuck to go.
Everybody, this is much better now. Now that I'm down the neck. Okay? Much better than it was. But I still got to say, man, it doesn't hold a candle to this. Has anybody had this Glenburgie? Chris Music Man is usually joining us. He's not here today. He's working.
Oh.
I know he's had it for a fact. But has anyone here had this Glenburgie? And Dave, I'm not just sucking your ass, man. I like Glenburgie for a long time.
A lot of floaties in that bottle.
It's
too.
just nice that the people who rep the brand are cool cats that you can hang out with, right?
That's true. We do.
Yeah, there are
appreciate
floaties, man. Fuck. Ty, have you had this?
that. I've not.
Oh my God, I'll open it tonight if you want.
No, we will not.
I will chug this.
Buddy, we are 9 whiskeys in.
Are we?
There is no point in me trying that tonight.
Oh my God.
Ty
we're
is the
also drinking
voice
cocktail.
of reason tonight. Ty is the voice of reason tonight because he's got to work.
It's not even that I got to work. It's literally that, like, we just had 5 different whiskeys, a gin. We've moved on to 5 open bottles here. We're also drinking a pre-made cocktail. Like, it's just too many flavor profiles that I wouldn't appreciate it right now. That's the thing. So
If I tasted this at the right time, this probably could have got whiskey of the year for me, man.
the
for
year's not
2020.
over, bro.
For 2020.
The year is not over. It's far from
2020.
over.
2020.
That's true. It is a
Oh.
2020 bottle.
Yeah.
So Canadian Outdoor Survival pointed out he got a bottle of that CN Tower whiskey from 1985 given to his great uncle who worked on the CN Tower. I see those bottles go up for sale in multiple different groups all the time. And I've always been curious. It is literally a bottle kind of shaped like a stunted dwarf CN Tower. I don't even know if it would be any good. I don't know what the fucking whiskey is at all.
I'd try it.
Of course, I'd try it, but I'm not gonna, pay these outrageous secondary prices for it. So the fact you got it for free, because I've been seeing those,
Famous grouse.
not even close.
Last night when me and Soupy were drinking together and smoking together, I actually mixed this Famous Grouse 15-year-old at 40% with the 10-year-old Lacheg cast strength Bordeaux.
Why?
I wanted to see how this musty flavor would
Go
pair
well with that peat.
with the peat.
And
It was fucking amazing.
you know what? I think you keep hinting towards a new Heathen blend.
I'm working on it, man.
I think we're gonna have to do one for 2021.
I think we should too.
I gotta hop off, so Canadian
Okay, Soupy.
Outdoors should just jump on and.
Hey, thank you for joining us,
somebody-
Soupy.
Thank you for
thanks
having
very
me.
much there, Buzzed Monkey. We appreciate it.
And
You're one of my other favorite buzzed monkeys. I mean, not really a monkey, but an ape, but still in the
A
same
primate.
primate family. So thanks for joining us.
Cheers,
buddy.
Soupy.
thanks for having me, brothers. All right, cheers.
We'll see you later. Oh man,
That was Jeffrey Supino representing Buzzed Monkey Productions. Thanks for joining us, Soupy. Always a great time to chat. Stephen said that he did, in fact, taste the Glenburgie, and he has a bottle of the Glenburgie, and he enjoyed it very much, as did I, man. Fuck, that was good.
so we've put that up there, Canadian Outdoor Survival, if you care to join us. And then Whiskey Ace says, was that the Boulder tasting? Yes, it was. We participated in that. We had to dip out a little early because, we had our show scheduled for tonight as
Yep.
well. A little conflict of interest, but, we see that 10 of you decided to join us.
Yeah, thank you so much.
Thank you. We appreciate it.
And quick shout out to PWS Imports for
Bringing in these
bringing
Boulder
in these
spirits.
Boulder spirits, folks. If you have an opportunity to buy the Boulder spirits, any of them, particularly the peated,
The port.
the American single malt was my next favorite,
Okay.
and then the sherry.
Oh, see, I liked the port.
Yeah. Now next would be the port. It's just I gravitate towards sherry more.
Of course
So
you
the
do.
port and the sherry to me were same caliber, but I like the sherry a little more just because of what it is. But that port, man, maybe not, man, because that port was good. We like that. Whiskey A, the best Boulder to me was the peated. I enjoyed that very much. But I gotta say, man, that American single malt.
Was that the banana? The first one.
No, that was the third one.
Okay.
That third one.
The first one was the bourbon.
Yeah. Let me see. Sorry, folks. Drinking heavily. So yeah, Boulder Spirits, American single malt, new American oak, matured in number 3 char cask for 3 years, 46%. Fucking delicious.
The first one they had there, very heavy on the banana flavors for me. A lot of people didn't get that. Apparently they went on fucking strawberry and cherry, and I think they're out to lunch. They
I
obviously-
didn't get any of that.
Nah, see, they didn't get sick as a kid. They weren't fucking 11 years old and, just a slight cough and had to stay home. And then mom had to go get some banana medicine and some chicken soup and ginger ale. And then you'd sit back And 11 o'clock would roll around and you'd watch The Price is Right while getting high on banana medicine. That's what that tasted to me, and I loved it.
Now, Canadian Outdoor Survival. So Josh doesn't like chocolate. Who told you that?
Yeah. Where are you getting this?
That
idea
is
from?
incorrect. Because I love chocolate, man. And I think you're drastically underestimating.
He should be here by now. I don't
Just
know why
how
he's
much.
not joining us. Piece of shit.
I love chocolate.
So we were talking about how, like, you know, there's certain bottles. We try to open everything. You'll notice he ripped that box because he didn't want to get rid of it.
It's just going in rotation. That bottle was not down in the cabinet. It was a sealed bottle in the see-through cabinet because I will be opening it to
Fair
drink
enough.
it. Yeah.
Fair enough. Pneumonia. I don't think they gave you banana medicine for pneumonia.
No.
Bearded Dave, why don't you join us tonight as well?
This one, Dave. Great stuff, man. I really enjoyed this so much. I'm going to keep... This one has a fucked up label, but I don't care.
Well, if you're going to drink it, who cares?
Yeah, but the other one I have in my bunker, I'll save it for X number of years. They brought in some more Glenbergie. They brought in 2 other ones, a Sautern's cask. And fuck me, that was good. I tend to hoard Glenbergie and not open them.
Yeah?
Yeah. I'd work on that.
Well, there's just so many things to go ahead.
There's just so many Lecheg to open.
The problem is, if you leave these bottles and you don't open and drink them, there could come a time, you know, where a kid, a 3-year-old, just falls into your pen, and you just go to check on him, and you want to make sure he's okay, and then out of nowhere, you catch a fucking bullet to the brain, and you'll never get a chance to open those bottles. Of course, I'm speaking of Saint Harambe.
Harambe?
Who left us way too early. And really sad. Really, really, really sad.
Dave. Oh my God. What do you mean? Dave said, I'm trying to get an old Lecheg Carmore that I found. I have a 7-year-old Carmore Lecheg, and I have a 16-year-old Carmore Lecheg. And that younger one is basically look like water, and it's in my top 5 favorite Lechegs. Carmore,
5.
yeah, Carmore pretty consistently releases real good casks. And again, now that they're at 47.5, people are like, ooh, 46 to 47.5. What's the big deal? Man, it is a huge deal. It's a huge deal.
All right, then. I believe you.
Yep. 47.5, man. It's all the difference in the world. I would love to see 48, right? You know.
One day, perhaps. I mean, we were briefly discussing that on that Boulder tasting. They were talking about the cost. It's a tax thing. I didn't even know that. That's news to me.
Right.
The higher the ABV, the higher the tax. I didn't realize
Well, the
that.
higher the ABV, the more we pay on duties when we import, right?
Gross.
Yeah. That's why, like, when I'm buying cask strength on fucking auction, I got to declare it to the Alberta. I might as well call them the Alberta Scotch.
Just call them a bunch of cunts.
Yeah, the AGLC. Honestly, AGLC has been real good for me for questions and stuff. And
Are they a government-run
Yes.
organization?
Alberta Gaming Liquor Commission.
So bureaucratic government employees, which is also known as cunts. I'm not mad.
I just wish I didn't have to pay so much duties.
Yeah, duty. I'm a child, all right? I accept it. I do enjoy this cigar, Josh, but man, has it ever had problems?
Yeah, I should have let it climatize to my humidor for a month.
That's all right. It's still awesome.
I was just
gift.
so
Thank you.
excited to crack these and start smoking these. Right?
I don't blame you, man. I really don't blame you.
But yeah, I should have let it sit for a month at least.
It's just super soft. That's all. That's all.
This one's fantastic.
The Scotch KGB. That's right. It was the KGBO in Ontario. They're the best cunts in Canada in the game. You know what? I'm not going to disagree with you, but that's not because of them. that's just because of legislation and the way things are run. I'm just not a fan of government work.
Government
employees
interfering
Yeah.
in our shit.
Yeah, exactly. But we'll have to reiterate, we are not a political show. This is not right-wing talk radio.
Correct. This is Ty and Josh's outdoor survival show.
Do not take outdoor survival advice from us. There are other people
You
for that.
will probably die.
Well, Canadian Outdoor Survival tells me that the link is not working. I'm not sure why. We've posted it once again in the chat. He says he clicks on it and it's just spinning. So that's a shame. He can't join us because he's always fun. He's fun to talk to.
You know, it sounds like operator error, I got to say.
It might be. Maybe he's a government employee. I don't know.
This is pretty much done.
Yeah?
Yeah.
I still got at least half an hour on this, and
Easy.
I'm going to finish it.
Easy half an hour.
Because now it's been such a battle, I'm not letting it go. But it is enjoyable. It is delicious.
Maybe I should grab another.
Maybe you should, you fast smoker, you. Okay, gents, I'm off to have to get to bed. A few more weeks and my days off will line up with your lives again. What
Cheers,
would be
Steve.
even better is if you can visit it, which is a possibility. We are living in a giant national park. You could come camping up here. Just
Steve, I'm going camping from July 30th to June 30th to July 5th.
Where you going?
I'm not 100% sure.
All right, then.
Yep. 7 hour drive from here. We'll hook up to Scamper Camper and have a back for 5 days after. Probably 10 days.
All right.
Yep. That's the cost of doing business.
Well, Steve, if you're still here, cheers to you, sir.
Cheers, Steve.
I'll take a shot for you and for St. Harambe. Steve is also off those times, so sounds like there's another camping episode.
Buddy, if you feel like coming along camping, Steven, wouldn't I love to have you sitting around my campfire and we're drinking righteous drams and smoking fat stogies, man.
I don't know what my schedule will be.
Check it out.
But I can tell you that my trailer won't be here then. It might be, but I don't think it will. However, I do have a 14-person, 3-room tent that I will gladly join you.
We have to scamper, so that's where I see
You do. I understand that.
for bears.
Bears don't come near me.
I'm concerned about bears.
They are frightened of me.
It's still a bear.
Oh, you're talking about the animals. Sorry, I was thinking the big hairy gay men.
Yeah. Back to that. Oh God. Listen, Dave, we'd love to have you on the show and talk car more because Dave is a wealth of knowledge and he dives deep into the history of things.
Yes.
So it would be nice to have you on one day. Dave, that would be lovely, and have you talk about car more.
You could be like an online virtual school teacher and bring us some education.
Yeah, just like you actually are.
Is he a teacher?
Yes.
Well, that makes sense then.
Yeah, so I'm going to go grab another stogie,
Okay.
something small. I'll bring in some of these whiskeys here.
Perfect timing because we're about to get into MASH talk because I'm still watching it.
I'm going to keep this out so you can try it.
I will get there eventually.
Yeah.
I am still thoroughly enjoying this famous grouse.
You're on the
but
grouse.
You pour heavy pours.
Yeah, pour heavy.
That's true. That's very true. 48 is not feasible as a king cast strength. So, folks, it's just you, me, and Saint Harambe here. Josh will be a few minutes because, well, he's going to have to pick a cigar. And that's not easy for him. He stares at his humidors. He opens them up. He picks them up. He smells them. He can't just go, ooh, that one. Me, I open mine, and I know, ooh, I haven't had that one in a long time, or I've never had that one, and I grab it. He was generous enough to give me this, but these just arrived in the mail today. And that seems to be the problem. The humidity was a little too high in transport with the packs. It wasn't a Boveda pack. It was something else. It was 72. And this is... I mean, I don't know if this is going to translate. I'll see what I can do. See how soft that is. See how I can squeeze that and nothing's cracking. You don't hear cracking. To put that in the microphone there. Wait, a little crack. But it's so soft. It's because it's over humidified. It's just a little damp. Josh, in a life-size Harambe, it's like Josh never left. There you go. There you go. It's the same thing. They look alike. So, it's just the three of us now. What do you guys want to talk about? Since clearly COS there, Canadian Outdoor Survival, won't be joining us because he can't click a thing. I don't know what his problem is. Everybody else can figure it out. Moist. Yeah, there's another shitty Canadian band I didn't care for. There's a lot of Canadian bands that I think are overhyped. I'm sure a lot of people will disagree, but I never understood the appeal of Our Lady Peace. I mean, I was a kid and much music was on. Why is Superman dead or whatever the fuck. And I thought it was cool then. And then you get big shiny tunes and you see more Canadian music. And I don't get it. I feel so much of it is overrated and it's forced upon us by CanCon laws. So there you go. There's my opinion on Moist, the musical group, which you did not ask for, but you received my opinion anyway. So what shall we talk about? Otherwise, it's just going to be me. And like I said, I'm going to start talking about MASH again because I'm still loving that show. And I think it ages like a fine scotch. About season 8, if that matters to anybody. Maybe it's just me. But the fact that MASH is on Disney excites me. It makes me happy. It entertains me on my bus rides. I take a bus every day, an hour and 20 minutes each way to go to work. And I watch MASH. I enjoy it. But since none of you are asking questions or contributing to this, that's what we're going to talk about. We're going to talk about Max Klinger and his attempt to get back to Toledo, Ohio. No, I'm just kidding. We don't have to talk about MASH. I don't know what you guys want to talk about. I mean, honestly, it's kind of been like a running joke that we talk about this guy right here. I'm sure many of you know the story, but it's so weird that because of the death of this guy, it's now led to AMC stock to the moon, baby. All because of him. That is a very weird connection, but that's just it's part of our Canadian history, and I'm looking forward to more of it. There's literally nobody chatting, and I am talking to myself, and this is like riffing with an audience that doesn't laugh or engage with you, and it's difficult. I miss a stage. I miss seeing faces. I can't wait for comedy to start back up. So there we go. There's some cool news. I have personally just been kind of sponsored by a brewery.
Shut up!
Yeah, I forgot to mention that
That's
to you.
great success!
It is great success. Me personally, because of my shower beers, they reached out. It's our local brewery here.
Oh,
They're giving
awesome.
me a bunch of free beer. They're going to let us come in and be brewers for a day. They said we can come in and film some episodes there in the bar. Yeah, it's pretty cool.
Cool, man. Fucking
yeah.
Fuck yeah, man. That's so exciting.
Yeah. It is cool. I've been doing a bunch of their beers in the shower, and they've been sharing them. And, I gave my honest opinion. I did their Code Red. It was in support. They're a huge supporter of local things. They got a hashtag going, loving on local. What do you got? Ooh, a nub.
Yeah, I'm familiar with this.
Are you familiar with the fact that you weren't going to get those for a long time now?
No.
Nubs have become extremely hard to get because of supply issues.
Wow.
Yes, one of their factories was having a ton of problems. And, they're not getting them.
So, Ty.
Yes, Josh.
Back to your fucking beer.
So this was the thing. They really liked my reviews. They asked me if I could just send them the raw video, not an Instagram post. And they shared it to a bunch of different places, their page included. And then here in Fort McMurray, we have a Facebook group called the Girl Gang, Fort Mac Girl Gang, which I'm not a part of due to my penis. And what happens is all these girls get together. They share it on there, and it hit like 6,000 views.
Nice.
Yeah. So they said, hey, we'd like to do some stuff with you when comedy comes back. If you want to bring some comics in, we could do a show. We'd love it. And like I said, they started their hashtag loving on local. So I did a few of their beers, and then I did their Code Red in support of the Local Hero Foundation. It's our rescue helicopters that are up here in the great Northeast. And I gave them my honest opinion. I said, it's not my favorite style of beer. It's not bad. It's just not something I'm reaching for. And they liked the honesty.
Yep.
I mean, if you
Who
are
doesn't?
into a red ale,
Would you rather a well-dressed lie or the naked truth, man?
well, I'm naked in the shower, so
Naked
truth
truth
is all you'll get.
every time. That is fucking cool, man.
It is cool. I'm pretty excited.
Yeah, it's very
I mean,
exciting.
obviously, we can't do a lot of this stuff until restrictions are lifted and things open up a bit more, but it sounds like that's happening in a month. So that's going to be cool.
And Sarah says, what's your favorite Ninja Turtle?
Oh, so Sarah Jessam also joined me on my live this morning. Good friend of mine.
Oh, with the doggos.
Yes, with Bonnie and
Yes,
Clyde.
yes.
Yes.
I seen that one just before I went out in the rain in the forklift.
Oh, you just caught it, did you?
Mhm.
Yeah.
Just as we were starting to teach, it started to fucking pour, man. In an open cab forklift. In the mud holes.
So Sarah, when I did a podcast years ago with my friend Heather.
Yes.
Now, Heather is one of my best friends. I love her to death, and we had a lot of fun doing it. But she was my second choice. She knows this. This is not news to her. Sarah was my first. I wanted to do a show with Sarah because we just clicked. We vibed well, and it would have been a lot of fun. But sadly, she moved away, and it just wasn't in the cards. But it was fun to reconnect with her today. She is a huge beer fan. She's not a huge whiskey person. She's a huge beer fan, and she turned me on to some very interesting beers. And we shared one today. Actually, we had the Fernie Brewing Co. Java the Hutt Milk Stout.
Unfortunately, that's about the time that I ducked out when you were looking for it.
You didn't miss much because the problem was I had that CBS Imperial Stout beforehand, and the Java the Hutt, while it is good, could not compare.
How could it?
It tasted like water at that point.
How could it compare?
It tasted like very watered down cold coffee. Rude but cool. Raphael. Oh, yeah. Okay. So back to the favorite Ninja Turtle.
Excuse me.
What's your favorite Ninja Turtle?
I like Leonardo. I like the swords, man.
Just because of his weaponry or because of his leadership?
Nope. Just because of the weaponry.
Okay.
Yeah, he, as far as I'm concerned, has chosen a very dangerous and efficient weapon. Now, Donatello with his staff, how to use a staff. That can be a pretty dangerous weapon as well.
Yeah, it doubles as a broomstick.
Yeah, so I always also liked Donatello because of his intelligence.
Dave's out.
All right, cheers,
R.I.P.
Dave.
to St. Harambe. A shot for you and a shot for him because he took a shot for us.
Rest in peace, Harambe. Dicks out. Hashtag. Folks, I remember the other whiskey that I predicted the bottle cork would break.
It's Cragganmore.
That one that we opened the other day from Samarelli was Cragganmore. So
that was fucking delicious.
Yes, so that was that got me thinking, I have to open this Cragganmore. This one was distilled in 1991 and bottled in 2004, Distiller's Edition. Super dusty. So the cork broke. I replaced it with a lovely Deanston cork that almost looks a little bit compromised. Yep.
You do like those Deanston corks, though, because of the top.
Right? Deanston has a beautiful cork. Look at this.
Yeah, that's probably not going to show up too well, but it is very cool.
There it is. There it is. Yep. So
stamped like an old Roman Legion coin.
Ty is going to love this.
Man, I have 3. No, you got rid of everything else. I guess I'll only get to try that one.
Yeah, everything you've had.
No. It's still on the famous
Yeah,
gross.
you didn't have the Glenbergie. That's the only one.
Oh, I'm fine with that.
Yeah.
So I didn't answer.
We have this.
I agree with Derek. Raphael was my favorite Ninja Turtle.
Raphael's the red one.
He's the red one.
Michelangelo's the orange one. Yeah.
Yes, Michelangelo was
the pizza lover.
Well, I mean, I love pizza. Look at the fucking size of me. But that's not what I'm getting at. I did like Michelangelo, but I liked Raphael because of his anti-authoritarian stance, as we've already established many times in this episode. I liked his attitude towards others, but he still had that love for family and supporting his friends.
We're going to do a purge.
We should do it.
When I went out and came in, I was like, it is thick in here, man.
Oh, it's thick. You guys think that these are clouds on these photos here. It's not. It's
no.
smoke.
Yeah.
Well, yes, they were all pizza lovers. But okay, so we know what Sarah's favorite were. Aren't turtles like gorillas? They all look the same.
Wow, Ben. Wow. That's racist, man.
It's speciest. Actually.
That's specious.
Yeah,
Blend.
that's we can't,
Blend. I just called you Blend.
we can't tolerate that kind of that talk here. That's just not going to fly, my friend.
Kick Ben out of here.
Well, looking back though, if Harambe had a shell, he might have been able to block the bullets. So who knows?
Rest in peace, Harambe.
Rest in power, my friend. You're trying Whiskey is trying that Kirk 23. I'm going to have to get on it with you, Whiskey, eh?
It's very good, man. It's $100. It's $100 for a 23-year-old Speyside at, what is it, 46, I think? 46%, man. I mean, what else are you really looking for, right? If you notice the nice extension of the pinky there, Ty, excellent.
You know what? It comes naturally now. It's like when I stretch,
Well,
it
you're
kicks
drinking
out.
out of a etched crystal glass as well. I mean,
Ooh, well, we got to get fancy.
so
Give me the darkness.
yeah, I would like Ty to get as much nasty as possible from this. You say when?
Just a small pour, please. That's good right there. Thank
Sure?
you so much. Oh, absolutely.
So, as you may be able to tell, I do not have to work tomorrow.
I mean, I have to go into work.
You know, Ben, we live to serve.
That is the goal. I wouldn't be much of a comedian if I didn't make anybody laugh. When I was at work the other day, I'm meeting with a new crew. I started on a new shift, and they came up and said, "So what do you do?" And they were particularly asking what equipment I run. And they said, "What do you do?" And my answer was, "As little as possible." And that's what's going to be tomorrow. As little.
What if it
as
rains?
possible. Then I'm off.
Nice.
I'll be off again. I was off today. I'll be off tomorrow.
If that's the case, we should record some shit, man.
We will.
For example,
You got another bottle? Is that going to make it to tomorrow?
I got another bottle or two. Don't you worry.
You got another case?
Well, something like that.
4.
So yeah, I enjoyed this enough that I did grab several. Thanks very much to a very good friend of mine in Edmonton, who you may all know has our major contributor to comments in this show.
Yeah?
I'll leave it there.
You're not here today.
He's not here today. He is likely still at the Park Whiskey Society. Sorry, PWS Imports, not Park Whiskey. Very similar name. PWS Imports. They're teaming up with Boulder Spirits, and I would say he is likely still there.
I don't blame him. I mean,
Yeah.
that's
That was such
part
a
of the
good
things
time,
he's
eh?
doing. It was enjoyable.
What
yeah.
a great time.
I like events like that.
Yep.
So Derek says, had the Shade cigar the other day. I dug it. Could get used to that with a dram. So Derek
Shade! You had the Undercrown
He did.
Shade. That's the one I sent him instead of the other one.
Yeah.
He told me he had never smoked a cigar before. So the one that he actually won, I don't think would I don't think it would have been right.
Which one was it again?
I think he won the PX Sherry one, and that's a
Yeah,
very
yeah.
dark and a very heavy cigar,
so
man.
you know what that shade looks like. Did it look anything like this color? Probably not. Bring yours up.
More like this
so
color.
You can see the difference.
Yeah, more like this
Right.
color.
That's the problem. This is not for you if you were just getting into cigars.
Yeah.
This is further down the line when you know what? It's like peated whiskey. You don't start with a fucking Lagavulin.
No.
If you do, you're probably not going to like whiskey.
I asked him, I said, listen, man, are you okay if I switch out the cigar? Because if you are just starting out, I don't want to turn you off from this lovely hobby that we both enjoy so much. So I think the Undercrown Shade was a much more appropriate thing. Still a delicious cigar. Still what I would call a higher end smoke because of how consistent and great it is.
It's $27 Canadian here for a single cigar plus tax.
That's a good stogie, man.
It's a fantastic stogie. Drew Estates, that's what I was smoking this morning too. Technically, Deadwood tobacco, that fat bottom Betty.
Yeah.
That's a Drew Estate like.
That Maduro egg is a Drew Estate.
Yep, absolutely. Drew, they've been putting out shit. They're the rebirth of cigars, as they like to call
Fuck, they've been good. Their Maduro, the blue one. They have the Undercrown Shade. They have the white one, the Shade. The Sun Grown, the red. which is fucking amazing. I have one of those left.
I tried to get my hands on the 50, the Shady, the M&M collaboration cigar. Couldn't get them in Canada. Someone could, I'm sure, but it wasn't me. So I don't think
Did
I'll
you
ever
check,
get them.
Florida or anything like that?
No.
Because, like, you know what I'm saying?
I'm going to work on some shit. My father usually ends up down there, but, the year we've had, he's not down there right now. But there will be a bunch of stuff being shipped to him, which he will drive across, which we will have for next year.
Cool. I don't mind waiting.
Hey, man.
And Whiskey A, what are you getting on with here?
Started drinking with a 3-peated pack. That was his introduction to Scotch. You started with peated Scotch.
The second Scotch that I ever bought before, when I said, hey, I'm going to try this Scotch thing. I bought Glenfiddich's before and Johnny Walker's before, but I don't consider that because I was only dabbling.
Yeah.
But after the Auchentoshan, where I was like, I'm going to do this Scotch thing, my very next whiskey was a Lafroy quarter cask. And it blew my mustache off.
We do have an episode of that. It just hasn't come out yet.
Now, I love that shit. Give me the peat. Give me the intensity, right?
That's your go-to.
Yeah. But back then, it was not. And a lot of people either love it or hate it. And at first, I was impartial. And then I really, really gravitated towards it. At first, you didn't hate it, but you were very much impartial.
Too strong for me.
Yeah, so I was like, you just wait.
I needed light,
Yeah,
fruity,
I was like,
sweet whiskeys.
Allow me, sir, to guide you to the Lacheg Nasty. And now ties into that shit. Yeah.
Yeah, Ben asks which 3. I'd like to know as well. What was the
Yep,
3
I would
peated
very
pack?
much like to know. Was it the Talisker? Was it the Talisker triple that you could buy?
Whiskey A, why don't you join us? There, I'll throw that back up in the chat. Why don't you join us and tell us about it? We always love hearing these stories of people getting into whiskey and what they...
Don't want to put you on the spot, but even if it's for 2 minutes.
No, you're on the spot.
Right?
Join or get kicked out. No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah, join or you're banned.
I joke. I kid.
Man, this is just as good as I remember it to be.
Those nubs are pretty great.
They are
I'm sad
so
that
good.
we're not going to see them. They're
That's too
becoming
bad. I just
very
got
rare.
one. This came in the pack today as well.
You got lucky.
Yep. Nah, it's good.
Yeah?
Came to me from a stork. Of
Best kind.
sorts.
Better than delivering babies.
Gross.
Oh, man. So, well, we just kind of hit a wall there.
Mhm.
A few
Yeah.
people left us. I don't know what the fuck we said to piss them off, but they gone.
Sorry. Yeah, we probably won't be on hell of a lot longer anyway.
Nah, we'll make it to the 2-hour mark.
Yeah, when Ty finishes up a stogie, that'll be around that time.
So that's the thing. You saw how big this was to begin with. Not big. An hour and a half. And if I had that fucking egg, we'd be here for 4, maybe 5 hours. Like, that's a little nuts. It's a little nuts. I'm not sure what 3, a lag for sure, but it was 2. Well, fair enough.
Okay.
So it would have been like probably a Lagavulin.
Well, hang on.
probably,
I'm familiar with the
3
box.
pack.
Yeah, there's a box set you can get with a Talisker in there.
I was going to say it's probably a Lagavulin, a Talisker, and a Lafroy. I could be very
No,
wrong.
I
but
don't think it is.
No? Fuck them. That's right, Derek. They want to leave, they can leave. They can always come back. It's no big deal. There's always room under Harambe's.
No, you cannot. You're banned.
No. There's plenty of room under his holy wings. You may join anytime. Really sad. This is a day. There's only for Americans that I love, he's one of them. And then on Monday, I will be celebrating Pat Tillman. Derek might be familiar with Pat. I'm sure there's a
Lagavulin 16, Talisker 10, Craggamore 12. That's the one I'm familiar with.
There you go.
Yeah, it comes in a little box. You can still find those some places.
Yeah?
Yeah, sometimes if I'm camping, I'll buy that, right? And just drink them around my campfire, man.
There's a store here in town that has one of those, that boutique whiskey company. And it's vinyl. It's like $180. and it comes in a wheel with a bunch of different samples of stuff. I was tempted to pick it up because I thought that'd be a fun as hell show to do, and I didn't. It was the last one, and I have a feeling it's gone. We'll see if we'll see how my.
I'd be interested to see if you could still find it.
It's here in town.
Yeah?
It was. It's the last one.
What was it?
It is that boutique whiskey, that company that always does interesting shit, right?
Mm-hmm.
Do the calendar and shit. Called the Vinyl. It's a square yellow vinyl. When you open
Oh,
it up,
yes.
you know what I'm talking
Yeah,
about?
I do.
Yeah.
That was
very
at
interesting. To me.
Sobeys.
Correct. I didn't want to say
It was
but-
also at Wine and Beyond.
Yeah.
And I seen another one at one of the little boutique stores here.
Yeah.
Yeah, but this was around Christmas.
Yeah. So this one was there a month ago. And I'm tempted to grab it, but I couldn't justify spending the money on it. However, that's the thing when we were talking about earlier. I buy things and they get put into the bunker for later episodes. And I feel like that's one that we would do a whole live on. Just that. Not a review because there's just so many different ones, but we just spin the wheel and drink those all night.
So Whiskey A says, that's it. And were you saying that's it to the Talisker, Clynelish, and Quilila? Because I can't see that being the three peated ones that you had. I would think more Laga 16, the Talisker, and the Craggamore 12. That's a more popular pack that you can get. So Whiskey A, would you be able to clear that up for us? Do you recall?
He got it at Costco in Palm Springs.
Wow. Could have been the Clynelish thing.
Back when Sonny Bono was the mayor.
I think Chateau Louis may still have something like that.
Mm.
They have a bunch of weird little tasters on their back wall there behind the cash.
They're a great little store.
Oh, yeah.
That's where I got the Poonie.
That is where you found those several bottles of Poonie.
There was
And I
4.
do recall that you left one on the shelf for the
Of
next
course,
guy.
that's just karma.
Yep.
It's just good karma.
Yep. Carmen's watching.
When you see something you love that's super hard to find and there's multiple bottles, at least leave one for the next guy. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Always leave one.
Now there was 4, and I couldn't not grab 3 because we had been hunting for days. That was the only place. The one you showed, yeah, that's the one. Yeah.
Laga 16, Talisker 10, Craggamore 12. I am a huge fan of Craggamore. And man, I think maybe now it's time for me to start stepping back from the Chag a little bit and exploring some more things.
Holy fuck!
Yeah,
You heard it here first. Are you
Yeah.
for real?
I'm for real, man.
You have a fever?
I've been thinking about it lately.
Okay. Okay.
And
weird.
I'm thinking like, man, I have 50 or 60 Lachags that I can burn through.
Yeah.
So,
But I remember the last time this transitioned, it was from Springbank, which you had an abundance of.
Mhm.
And how many Springbanks you got left right now?
Actual Springbank and not Longgrow?
Correct.
Springbank?
Yes.
One.
There you go. So what's going to happen when you transition away from the Chegg
We'll see.
and all those ones start to disappear? It's going to be rough.
Well, I have branched out and tried a couple different things, Derek.
I think he's talking about himself.
Yeah, but
There's no way he's talking about you.
but here's where I'm on that same page right now. It's time to branch out again. It's time to try something a little bit different because, man, I am familiar with old school and new school Lacheg. Back when Lacheg was not peated, like that's some of my favorite Lacheg, which is basically fucking Tobermory. But whatever.
we do love Tobermory.
I do, like, so
I still have
is
one
that the
signed
Lacheg
bottle.
10 that Rob did? I have a bottle of that in there. I haven't opened it yet. I was hoping to score a sample so that one can wait its turn because there's 50 other fucking Lacheg in front of it. So,
Did you see Rob's Lacheg view? He's talking about whiskey in the 6. I did not. Did you?
I think it was a 10-year-old weird wine cask or weird sherry cask.
Like a one-off that
I think
nobody
it was
can
a
get?
wine cask. Well, I have it.
Of course you do.
Yeah.
You know your whiskey. I'm talking
The
about
Italian one. Yeah. That's the Valich and Mallet one.
Okay. Yes, I did. I did briefly see it.
I watched it. I don't know if I've had it, though. Well, I haven't had it, so I don't know if I can agree with his opinion, rather.
I haven't bought any new bottles for a couple months. No Scotch budget at the moment, such balls. But I fucking hear you.
We've all been in that situation.
I'm currently living that situation.
Yeah.
However, pretty stoked.
So you've had this already. I poured this.
I just finished it. I've moved on to water. That's the last one I'm going to have tonight. It's a little nip.
Me too.
Why are you lying? We're talking about honesty here.
I'm going to eat the rest of my wife's charcuterie board. Oh, I also have nudes and some sesame chicken.
That don't sound keto at all.
It's not keto. I was camping, son. S'mores aren't keto.
True.
Hordes of beers definitely aren't keto. Because, buddy, there were hordes of beers. Well, let's go on to this.
Like a brothel of beers?
Fucking starting to worry about this cork now.
Like an entire back pages lineup of beers?
There was a lot of beers to drink.
You did say hordes of beers, right?
Hordes.
Oh, with a D.
I would have said hooers. If
Hooah.
Come on, man.
Get away from me, you dirty hooah.
Is that good enough? Oh, sorry. You got a little bit of cork in there. That's from the cork that shattered.
Probably too much, tell you the truth.
No.
Yes.
It's in a crystal glass, so it looks like one.
No. This is not an optical illusion. You poured me a little more than
It's only half a bulb. Just enough. You'll sleep like a baby tonight.
Yeah, but I also have to get up.
Oh, yeah.
That's kind of key. Yeah. I do want to try some of the Cragganmore. So Cragganmore is readily available in many places. It's not an anomaly. You know, it's I see it on the shelves all over the place.
You'll see Distiller's Edition all over the place.
Yeah?
Yeah. This is fairly common, but this one was bottled in 2004. It's 1991 distillate, so
probably won't see that.
Yeah, I mean the label's all fallen off. This was on a shelf by itself in Edmonton, and I looked at the guy. I was like, "Man, how much you want for that?" And he's like, "Oh, I think that one's $110." I was like, "Cool, man, let's do it up." And he's like, "Oh, that's actually $79." So I was like, "Cool, man, I'll take every one you got, right?" And he's like, "Yeah, man, it's just this one that sat on the shelf for like 10 years." I was like, "Why? Well, why would this sit on the shelf for 10 years, something as good as this?"
Because the average Scotch and whiskey drinker sees that and goes, never fucking heard of it. But I do know Lagavulin. I do know Talisker. I do know Johnny Walker. I'm going to grab one of those. That is new to me. Never heard of it. Not going to get it. Plus, the label looks fucked up and it's old. Obviously, nobody wants it. And they leave it there.
True.
For us to come and find it.
We have rescued many dusty bottles, man. There was a time when that wasn't a thing. No one cared about dusty bottles. And I used to have free reign of everywhere, man, just picking up these crazy dusties.
I don't know if there's going to be many people on here that can help me with this. We're going to be reaching out more in the coming months, but we're looking to find any old bottles that like a friend of yours has, or an uncle or a grandfather that's been sitting in the closet or the cupboard. Just any old bottle of whiskey that, they quit drinking, but they still got a couple sitting there waiting. You know what I mean?
Like that Meagers.
Like that Meagers, exactly. So if anybody knows of any old bottles like that someone doesn't want, or they want to know more about it, or they just want to get rid of it, please let us know. You can DM us.
Yep.
You can DM me, Instagram, Facebook, whatever. I think there's even a DM option in YouTube. I'm not sure.
DM me on Instagram.
DM
if you have my
whiskey.
text. If you have my phone number, text me. But
send us an email. The email is there, right?
We have a bottle of 83 Crown. So, does the tax label say 83? Because if the seal says 83, is likely bottled in 86. Usually that tax label would say the year it was distilled, I think, back then. I just can't recall offhand. But yeah, that would be super cool. We'd like to go, maybe even meet up with someone and like try
We'll gladly come out and we'll maybe film an interesting episode of it or something. But if you know of anybody that might have something like that kicking around, just shoot us a DM. Let us know.
Let us know.
We'll be talking about it more in the coming months because that's what we're looking for. We're trying to plan a little adventure. Tax label. Drank half of it before I realized it. Yeah, that happens.
Yeah, so that's likely an 86 bottle, man. That's very cool. If that was an 87 bottle,
Oh, you'd be all
if
over
that said
it.
84 on the tax label, I'll be all over that,
I'm
man.
going to start collecting some birth year bottles.
Oh, I have many birth year bottles, man.
I have
I open
0.
one birth year bottle every year on my birthday. Yep. And if I have something that's not my birth year, but it's the age I am, for example, next year I'm turning 35, so we'll crack the Weiser's 35. And I have a lovely blended 35-year-old whiskey as well.
I just turned 37.
Ooh, nice.
I feel old. Yeah, I don't know how old that is in gorilla years. This gentleman, I believe, was 16. Taken from us way too young.
Rest in peace, Harambe.
Rest in power, Saint Harambe. I only have one birth year baller.
Blair 83. Nice. Tell me, is it light or dark? Because I found, excuse me. Pardon me, sorry. I found, I've had a couple 70s Bel Blair that was light and so good.
He says it's 32 years old from 1983.
Wow, nice. Pretty light. Yeah, I bet you it's delicious, man. I've had a couple weird Bel Blairs. Actually, Nicole brought a weird I think it was 60s almost, or maybe
Nicole
70s.
never joins us.
I don't know. She's probably in the tasting right now, actually.
That's true. Is that still going?
I would say it's probably still going, yeah.
Been looking for a family cask from like
Whiskey A, why did you say that? You're talking about Glenfarclas, right?
Of course he is.
I picked a 30-year-old Glenfarclas over a 1987 Glenfarclas.
Don't do it.
$60 in difference.
Don't talk about it.
And I was like,
Don't do it. Don't do it.
the 30-year-old, I was thinking, the distillery wants me to experience this 30-year-old for a reason, so I bought it.
Take my hat off for this
Yep.
story.
Now I would have been like, you idiot. You walk by a single cask, Glenfarclas family cask, that used to be almost the same price as the 30-year-old, and you walked by it. One of the single most greatest whiskey regrets in my life, man, is that. The other one is a Springbank 21-year-old single cask at cask strength, and I instead bought the 21-year-old regular distillers at 46 or something.
You miss 100% of the shots you don't take. I believe Harambe said that.
I think it was Michael Scott quoting Wayne Gretzky.
No, pretty sure it was Harambe.
You know what? It
He
may
didn't
have
miss
been
100%,
Harambe.
though. He caught 100% of the shots.
He was shot.
Yeah.
Not cool.
It's sad now.
Yep. Wow. Way to put a damper on the evening, everyone. Thanks.
This is your fault. I bet. I did the tasting with the dude. Love that still family.
Yeah,
Oh,
I did a tasting with George Grant myself. After the fires, one of the reps called and was like, hey, we met you at Want to Be On at the tasting. Would you consider coming and being a social media rep and joining in the tasting? And I was like, well, man, like there's a huge fire and I have one set of clothes and I'm 3.5 hours away. She's like, well, can you be here in 2 hours? I looked at Adam J. Adam's like, I can get you there in 2 hours.
We can make it happen.
Yeah. So I was like, okay, I'll be there. And we got to taste some pretty crazy Glenfarclas. They gave us a 40-year-old Glenfarclas when we left. And it was very cool, man. It's super fun.
Fundraisers are so fucking expensive.
Mm-hmm.
No doubt. No
What's that
fucking
old
doubt.
Pulteney I have? That's 84. That's 84.
Yeah. No, that's not the one we did.
Yeah, that's the one we did, yeah.
On the river?
No, that was 17 and a 21 we did on the river. We did the 83 or 84, whatever it was, because we had a couple samples, and we poured the samples of the bottle that I had kept. Yeah, I had 2 bottles of that one.
I'm
Yeah.
going to get to that eventually. We will make that happen.
Maybe it is an 83 then. It's 33 years old or 34 years old, I think. Fucking top-notch old Pulteney. Best old Pulteney I've ever experienced. It doesn't have even that salty quality that you usually find in an old Pulteney.
I like that, though. That, like, fucking brine. I
Yeah,
like that
but this
brine.
one's just like railway ties, man, and old fall leaves. Like
Get behind
musty, dank, nasty, beautiful whiskey. A little
Yeah.
bit of fruits.
I'll get behind that.
Yeah. What's your birth year again?
84.
84. So I think this is an 83. I could go down and have a look right now.
No. We're gonna end this up here in about 10 minutes or so.
Yeah.
So thank you.
That's about how much I have left.
Yeah, this is starting to get warm now. So thank
Ty,
you,
man, I just regret that it's not been working out for you.
buddy.
I wish
don't
I
regret it at
chose.
all.
Yeah, but I wish I chose something different, man.
So that's the problem. This was not a bad tasting cigar.
Yeah,
I
you had
enjoyed
trouble
it.
with it though.
Yeah, but I explained it while you were gone. I said it's the humidity. I saw those packs that it came in,
And that came today.
yeah, that's the thing. So yours had a 72% in there.
Yeah,
So
I usually keep mine about 64.
yeah, mine are sitting at 65 right
Yeah.
now. Both
Yeah.
my humidors are at 65. It's just been an influx in the weather, right?
Mm.
But that's the issue. It was just I showed the people. I squeezed it. I showed there was no sound, no cracking. You can see how much I'm squeezing. Like it's a sponge, right?
Okay, yeah.
So like it's just
Next
that's the problem.
time, I'm gonna let you pick.
No, it's a good pick.
I
It's not on
I
you.
know, but still, I should have let it. What's the word I'm searching for? Climatize to my humidor for a month. Man.
Yeah.
Right, I should have. Of course, I should have.
Canadian Outdoor Survival. He's out. Good
Cheers,
night,
man.
ladies and gentlemen. Thanks for joining us.
Rest in peace, Harambe.
Cheers to you, and cheers to Saint Harambe.
Mhm.
May he rest in peace.
Yep, I got to switch this cork again. When the cork gets compromised,
So I got part of the old cork.
I break it. By the way, I break the cork off. I keep all my corks just for fun. Like I have
It's
them.
not for fun. It's a purpose.
Yeah, but even when they're this one's starting to get compromised. If you look right here,
Yep.
right. So I'll show you folks. You might not be able to see it, but right here, if you see right there,
Before you break it off, though,
I'm not going to break it off yet.
I have a request for you. Okay. Worth's Woodworks. He is not here right now. He joined earlier today. He couldn't join us tonight. He sent me a message saying he couldn't join us. He's going to be making something for me that's very cool. It's on the back burner right now because there's so many projects on the go right now. He is a fantastic woodworker. We've talked about him before. I've been racking my brain of things I want to do. He works with amazing pieces of wood. He works with epoxy. And I have pieces of black oak, which we've explained before. Maybe some of you weren't here for it, but black oak, you cannot cut down in Canada. It's illegal. The only way you can acquire this wood is if a tree fell down by natural causes. And one did. And my father has a bunch of slabs, and he gifted to me 2 pieces of it, for which I'm going to make something. I've been trying to come up with the idea of a table, and I want it to be Scotch related, whiskey related. So I'm thinking that with the clear epoxy river, to put in a bunch of corks. I thought that would be pretty fucking cool. Something small that can go in there easily.
Okay.
I don't have a huge selection of corks.
I have plenty of corks.
That's
Todd,
where we come
Todd,
around here.
Trust me. Take the corks.
Okay. All right.
They're sitting in a thing, just sitting there. And when I need a cork, I'll use a cork. The only value it has to me is that I can see the bottles that I have killed with friends over the years. So to contribute the corks to a table, hell yeah, you can immortalize them. Why not? Yeah, we'll pick like the best looking ones, like the Deanston and stuff.
Exactly.
You probably have to literally cut the corks off, so it's just the tops, right?
We'll figure it out. I don't know yet. It was
Hell yeah! Oh my God, Ty.
So Derek is also out of here. He says, Dick's out for Harambe.
Hashtag dicks out.
When is the next live? It is unknown at this point. I do not believe it will be next weekend. I do believe it will be the weekend after that for sure, either a Friday or Saturday. We will announce it. We'll try to get a little more advanced knowledge. Today was an anomaly. I was supposed to be working. It just didn't work out. Then I got the day off. So here I am, and we decided to do this. And it just coincided with that Boulder Spirits. I never purged this once. Didn't need it. That's intense flame. Twice for that little nub. Interesting. But yeah, I don't know exactly, Derek, but we will be sure to announce it before we do. We do have some interesting episodes coming out in the next couple days, next
Yeah,
couple weeks.
we
I
got
should
some
say.
old school throwback episodes coming out, which were fun.
Some of our original ones that
Yeah.
we recorded.
Old lost footage
Yeah.
that's back. So we're going to release a couple of our very first videos. Really,
We're trying to get rid of some of the old catalogs
Yeah.
we had built up. Now we've gotten into a groove where editing doesn't take 10 hours, filming doesn't take 3 hours.
Yeah.
We're at the point now where we can film in an hour, edit in an hour, upload in an hour. 3 hours total to bring out a new video. So that's what we're going to be doing. We're going to drop a bunch of just random ones. We've switched back to doing Wednesday mornings at 9 a.m. instead of 7. We're still trying to figure out some shit, but I was informed today by a couple people that not only has my Instagram kind of been shadow banned, people haven't been seeing my posts nearly as much. Our YouTube has, our views have dropped right off.
drastically.
They are not barely hitting that 100 views mark because they're not getting out there. So we'll try to improve that. We want to do more things. For you
Share it
guys.
on your Facebook.
So that contest that we talked about 2 weeks ago, we're gonna
We'll film a video saying
explain
what to
it
do.
all,
Yeah.
getting it out there for you.
Yeah.
But Derek, thank you so much for joining us.
Cheers, Derek.
We got
man.
5 minutes left. Thanks for sticking around this time. We appreciate it, and we look forward to putting them out for you. I hope you enjoy them. Share it with a
and
friend.
again, we want to hear what you want to see. Doesn't matter what it is. If we can get it, we'll get it. We just want to know what you want to see, right?
Yeah. I mean,
We do things we enjoy or hate, or things we
People
discover together.
do love the things we hate.
Yeah.
I don't know why those videos do so well.
We
but
did a
you-
video very recently and pretty much hated it.
Tell me-
It was black looking whiskey.
Okay. Yeah.
I did not care for it. At
Try to do some more collabs. Yeah.
Collabs as a video or a live?
Videos are hard because
We just did a collab with a coffee company, Familia La Pointe in Edmonton.
yeah.
If you're in and around that area, I highly recommend that you look them up because they have great coffees. I burn through them in a minute.
Try to get your hands on some more Malort. Derek, you were leaving. You can leave now.
What's this, my lord?
This is that garbage shit that's like this fucking herbal. I don't know what the fuck.
Did
I
we
never
ever
wanna
do
try
that
it.
boxed whiskey after?
No,
Because we should.
we will.
Boxed whiskey. And we were like, what?
I don't hate it.
Me either,
the
man. I
problem.
didn't hate it either.
That's the problem.
Oh,
It is
fuck.
boxed. Like, boxed wine, it's a bag inside a box.
Yep.
This is boxed whiskey. It is a bag of whiskey inside a cardboard box with other whiskey tubers. The thing is, Whiskey A,
We're nobody on YouTube at all.
that's the problem.
So if they invite us, we'll go. And if not, they're like, who in the fuck are you? Right?
So I'll point that out. In the comedy world amongst podcasts, it's very taboo to say, hey, can I be a guest on your show?
Yeah.
You have to be invited. That's what it comes down to.
Now, Whiskey in the Six has invited
Whiskey
us
in
on.
the Six has had us on his show.
I've been on his show several times. I've known Rob for many, many years now. And it's always a real good time when we're on Rob's show. And we get to mooch a bunch of his followers, which is super fun too. And we get to grow this community a little bit and have deeper discussions, and it's been really fun.
But that was an invite on his part.
That was an invite. Yep.
It is kind of it's just frowned upon to reach out and say, hey, can we be on your show?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So the only way it happens is if you guys message them or comment on their videos or things, say, hey, you guys should have the Whiskey Heathens on. That's cool. But we cannot reach out to them and say, hey, can we be on your show?
Whiskey
Hey, can
A.
we do
That's
a
how
collab?
he got here, he said. Very cool. Yeah. So again, I've known Rob for a lot of years now, man. And we've been conversing for many years on social media. And I have met Rob as well in Toronto for whiskey festivals and whatnot. And it's been a good time each time.
You don't know if you've never been to Arby's. Now, are we talking like 47-year-old Russian hooker Arby's, or are we talking like the roast beef sandwich?
Roast beef sandwiches.
Oh, yeah, no. It's all right. They got this thing called horsey sauce. It's a horseradish-based sauce, and it's decent. I mean, it's just a shaved roast beef sandwich. it's, if you don't get it often, it's not available in your town. I mean, that's the thing for me. When we go traveling, I try to eat at, we're eating fast food, we're on the road, but I try to go to places I can't get often. So like Church's Texas Chicken, Popeye's Chicken.
Yeah, see, I like going for mom and pop, one-off craft stuff. Like we had pitas or flatbread pizzas one time, remember?
Yeah, I got
and
an egg on mine.
we ate them in the parking lot, and I was smoking a doobie, and then I ate this massive flatbread. Ty had one, and we really enjoyed it. It's a one-off spot in Edmonton. So I like going to the
We went to Shack
random
Tats,
spots.
a burger joint next to one of my favorite little liquor stores, Little Guy Liquor. We went
This
there and had
was
burgers
a
and poutine.
dive burger joint.
I wouldn't say dive. It was just a hole in the wall.
I would say it's a dive. It was like classic Joma's, man, inside, but not the food.
Food was fantastic.
Food was
River in
fantastic. What was it
Sherwood
called?
Park, Shack a Patat.
Shack-a-patat.
It was a poutine and burger joint.
My wife and I stumbled on this place in Edmonton one time. This random ass spot had room for like 10 people inside. Joma's looking type of thing, KFC looking type of thing. And I went in and I was like, "You guys got bourbon?" He's like, "Yeah, I actually have this one as well." I pulled a Weller 12. And I was like, "Shit, no way." I was like, "I'll take a pour of that." He's like, "Man, it's $18. And I was like, "Hell yeah, it is." And he's like, "I'll give it to you for the regular Weller, $12. I was like, "Give me double, you son of a bitch."
You motherfucker.
Yeah, and I tasted it, and it was fucking horrible, man. Weller 12, boo, 105 antique, hell yeah. I did not care for that Weller 12 at all. At all. But I was happy to try it.
Maybe we should do an episode on that.
Good luck trying to find that,
Yeah, I know.
right? For a decent price these days.
Yeah, it's one of those ones that's just so sought after. Not because it's good, but because it's rare.
Yeah, and let's do a quick recap.
Okay.
We started off drinking Boulder spirits tonight.
We drank a bunch of them, but not on the
that
air,
wasn't
not today.
live.
That was
We had a
before we got
tasting
here.
before with Boulder and PWS
That's why we were
Imports.
late.
And we had a real good time tasting through those. I'm a Scotch drinker, folks, and people were telling me that the Boulder is American whiskey for Scotch drinkers. Yep, it is. I enjoyed each one we had tonight. I didn't care so much about the Ginsky, but it was a little bit too sweet for me, that's all. Then we moved on to, what did we pour? I can't even
We
remember.
did the famous grouse after that. Oh, sorry. We started with Creek Water.
Creek
Yellow
Water,
Wolf's Creek Water.
Famous Grouse 15-year-old rugby tournament. We did the Kirkland 23. I had a Glenburgie from Cadenheads. We did a Craigenmore from 2004, bottled in 91. We haven't heard Ty's thoughts on this yet either. I love it. Raisins.
I like it.
And musty.
I like it. But again, the problem is when you're pouring things like this, when I've already had 10 other whiskeys, it's going to get lost on me.
Plenty, though. We'll revisit.
All right.
Yeah.
So Derek says that Weller, it's not rare, it's allocated. For us
Yeah,
in
for
Canada,
here-
same thing.
For here in Alberta, very hard to come by. Fort Mac, non-existent. It doesn't exist here, right?
Not an option.
Now, we can get the special reserve on sale all the time for $30, $40. But that 12, not here, man.
What's a funny story, Ben? Are you going to tell us one, or did we say something? I don't know. He said there's some decent Filipino restaurants here. Are you talking about Jollibee's?
Listen, dude, I love Filipino food. I don't like the pig's ears where it's cut up and it's very gristly. But if you have a Filipino restaurant that you want to recommend, please send me a message, Ben, on Instagram. Because when my wife and I are down around those areas, we love – the first thing I do is message someone who's in an area
Yep.
that I know and tell me where to eat. Right? Tell me the best place to eat.
Next time we're in Edmonton, there's a Chinese restaurant we're supposed to go to drink scotch.
Yes.
And we've been putting it off and putting it off and putting it off.
I have a bottle of that too.
I know you do.
One bottle. 10-year-old? Oh my God, it's so good. It's so good. I was like, Glen Lignan, Chinese restaurant, novelty. Everything but. Anything but. Delicious.
So we'll get there. Anyway, we've gone over longer than
Yep.
we wanted to.
Yep.
My cigar's pretty much done. Put that
Mine's
out.
pretty much done here as well.
I got ash all over my mouse pad. It's all good.
Mine's pretty much done here too,
Shit,
folks. The
shit.
nub.
So that was our rundown. Thank you for joining us to celebrate the fantabulous life. And that is a word, by the way. Fantabulous life of Harambe. May he rest in power.
Harambe.
May he guide our decisions and keep us strong with a faith in our hearts. Thank you, everyone, for joining us for his celebration of life. Thank you for joining us
Cheers, y'all.
for the drinks today and the cigars.
This has been a blast.
We really appreciate it. Thanks for hitting that like button, too. And we'll have some more videos coming in the next couple weeks. And, we'll see you all in probably 2 weeks for another live, I think. I don't think we'll be around next weekend, but you never know. We'll see what the weather does.
See what happens.
Yeah, we'll try to give you notice. So,
Folks,
thanks again.
Cheers to you, Harambe.
We'll catch you guys later.
If you can't be good, be safe.
No, just be bad.